on, it's time for my debut.
It's time for your debut. So Bruno ran around behind us because, he knew we were trying to get ready to go, and
I wanted to say hi.
he wants to say hi. I know you've been staring at Bruno for a little bit. We were just trying to get set up and going.
We have sharp objects in there.
There's
They're
a
still
sharp
all
object.
there.
Oh, are they?
We didn't lose any pieces over the week.
Really?
Right?
Oh, that's amazing. Hi, everyone. Hello to all of our Patreon friends. Thank you guys very much for being here early for your exclusive portion of the stream. And the exclusive pretty much means we're exclusively talking to you, interacting with you in the chat, because this will become public for everyone else as soon as the stream is over. But, the whole idea is to get a chance to talk to us directly. Last night, Nora did a Odin Makes Jeopardy.
Oh.
That was like a trial run, and that was fun. That was entertaining. Okay, that's actually usually not as high of a level of compliment. So that was fun. It was a lot of fun, Nora. Thank you very much for having a game night and doing Jeopardy. And so going to be trying that again next week at 6 p.m. my time on the Discord. So that was cool.
Gonna put him down.
But yes. Oh, she's gonna put Bruno down.
Oh, he's gonna whine too.
He's gonna whine. So what we have in here, actually a lot of people are in here. Yeah. Jerry McProps was first. Woohoo! Hello, Jerry. William Connors is hello. Detlef P. Good evening. Good evening, Detlef. Strict Eighthman is last. Jonathan Wiesner. Hey, all. John was there for the Jeopardy last night. That was fun. Kara's here. Hello, Kara. Detlef, it's the doggy stream. Yes, it is. So I was on I did a live stream, the Iron Warrior cosplay live stream that was directly live to Twitch, which was fun. He started his stream 20 minutes early and had a countdown.
Oh.
And then actually went live at the end of the countdown, but the countdown was there to give people a chance to get in. So it's like, all right, I don't know how to do that with equipment that I've got currently, but that is something Goals,
become slightly more professional.
Slightly more professional.
We're working on it. I liked it. Let's try it. All right, hey.
Soggy TV from Starius Prime, and Nora's here with hello, everyone.
Yeah.
This week, I hope Odin doesn't forget his audio. Let me look. Doesn't look like I forgot my audio this week.
It was a little rough last week getting started.
It was a little rough last week getting started. We were asleep.
But we got to it.
Who else is here? We got Man of the Plan. Howdy, everyone. Starius Prime is lip reading edition. That was last week, right? We're good this week, aren't we?
Are we?
I've got the audio on. I see it going out.
Can somebody just confirm we have audio so we know?
Yeah, because Nora says, yeah, no problem, Odin. And for everyone else, we're running Jeopardy again this Saturday at 6. So Nora heard me talk about that.
Okay, good.
So either Nora's in-house bugs are working or our audio stream is going out. It's one or the other. Bruno's Hawaiian shirt is a real star of the stream. Yes, Kara. Yes, it is.
I know it. Toby is so jealous. Because usually I get them both matching shirts, but they didn't have it in Toby's size, and it was too cute not to. Are you doing what I think you are?
Yep.
Okay. All right, Bruno, it's your show now. There you go. So, let's see. Starius Prime says, audio is good. Audio is good. And Jack of All Trades says, haha, audio is fantastic, Odin.
Oh, good.
Bruno likes your shirt.
No, I bet he does. I like my shirt, too. Even if I have eaten a little too much, it doesn't close in the front anymore. It's my Vacation Thanos shirt. This is a authentic Hawaiian shirt purchased in Hawaii by Princess Squib's brother. Much appreciated. Thank you very much.
You can tell fiber content.
Yeah, no, that's
Hawaiian
fine.
shirts. I love it.
Yeah, so...
if it's rayon, it's cool to the touch. If it's like polyester, it has the different... Anyways, I like Hawaiian shirts. That's awesome. Are those coconut buttons? Coconut shell buttons?
I think so.
Whoops, Bruno.
I know, Bruno is...
No, pay attention to my shirt. Yeah, those are coconut
button, yeah.
Little details.
Little details. I didn't notice. I wore this at DragonCon 2019, and I didn't pay attention to the fact that they were coconut shell buttons.
Yes. When I Hawaiian shirts, I look for rayon and I look for coconut shell buttons. Two little things
that make it a...
That
so they're rayon or silk? Or
I prefer rayon.
Okay.
Because I like rayon's property. Technically, it's wood.
Technically, it's a wood?
A wood shirt, yeah, because rayon's made out of wood pulp.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you told me that before.
It's a version of it. It's like chemically super processed, but I like rayon. But
Dog.
Hawaiian shirts. His is polyester. It's straight up nylon.
Sure. But it needs to take abuse.
Right? It doesn't fade, that's for sure.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes. Good things about synthetics.
Face full of, like, Vacation Thanos guest appearance. Yep, pretty much. Straight David says, I can't hear anything. Oh, wait, false alarm. My volume was off.
That scared me for a second. Not gonna lie.
Bruno is auditioning to be Magnum PI. Will he wear a mustache? If he wears a mustache, we should make him a little cardboard helicopter, you know, or get one of those like kid trolleys and dress it up like TJ's helicopter. TC's helicopter.
I think we could put him in a drone.
All right.
Big enough of one. Uh-oh. All right, Bruno, I gotta put you down and go get that tiara.
Odin was not about to be outdone by Bruno. Okay, well...
Who wore it better now?
All right, I suppose maybe that was what was going on. I was just excited that Hawaiian shirts were happening. I wasn't trying to, like, compete with the star of the show. Hello and welcome to Bruno's butt. And...
It's Hawaiian shirt day. It's infectious. Yeah, it's Everybody likes Hawaiian shirt day.
Yeah. I'll be losing mine in a minute anyway, because I don't want to get glue on my shirt. And Nora says, train! Yep, there's a train, and it's still freaking hot, so I'm not opening up the side of the building.
We're not going to poke the hole in the box.
Yeah, no. Train cam will probably come back, but it was also getting to be, there's a lot of new people coming in who weren't getting the... history of the in-jokes. So it was just really confusing as to why we kept cutting the trains.
Because there's always a train cutting into our stream.
There's always a train cutting into our stream, right. So, we can either spend time explaining it every time or maybe it's one of those things that just needs to be a little more sporadic and not every 15 minutes. Yeah. So, hi everyone. Thank you so terribly much for being a patron and greatly appreciate all of your support, all of your moral support, all of everything you do, because the activity in the Discord, the comments that come on the videos and all that is really appreciated and is motivational, and I appreciate that. So thank you guys very much. I appreciate you.
Brought to you by viewers like you.
This program is brought to you by viewers like you.
Literally.
You
guys are the people who pay for the likes.
Exactly. Yeah. Odin Makes live stream brought to you by Duct Tape Coffee and viewers like you.
I love how I completely missed covering the logo.
I'm green straw, sippy cup, marks on the side. I'm pretty sure, and that
they know which duct tape coffee.
They know which duct tape coffee it is this week, right? It's all good.
Cheers.
We need to make duct tape coffee t-shirts and things. We need to make live stream type t-shirts. I think that could be fun. My
brother drew a really cute Bruno butt.
Oh yeah.
He's a little shy, so he hasn't sent it to me over, but he let me peek it. It's adorable.
Okay.
He's really good at it.
So. Oh, good.
So maybe happening.
Nice.
Bruno, shh. He is just sad that we are not letting him be the show.
Sorry, Bruno.
Right?
So, last week, for a few weeks now, we've been working on Wonder Woman. Mm-hmm. And last week, we started working on her top, her breastplate.
Yes.
Her bodice, her whatever the...
Yeah, we're doing her armor, so we're doing the W for the breastplate because we left it up to you guys, what you guys wanted to see, and 75% of all the polls said, we want the W. Superman has his S, Wonder Woman has her W.
Right.
And how could we not go with what y'all want?
Exactly.
So we took the logo, the paper, we taped it onto the dress form, onto a bodice, and figured out how it needed to be rounded, taped it out and cut it apart.
Right.
Then we cut it out of 2 different foams and foil.
I think there's one piece of foil that I failed to cut out last week.
Okay.
So I need the other half of this guy. So hopefully
I will go
we
see if we
saved-
still have pan.
I think we still save some pan.
It would be this box.
Right.
Here. That is not a matching set of cups up there. I didn't say, there's no pan in this box.
There's no pan in that box. I'm pretty sure I didn't throw the pan away because I knew this was coming up.
All right.
I'm helping.
Sorry.
Oh, that's what she said. It's not a matching set of cuffs. I thought she said matching set of cups. All right. These are.
There's not an extra piece of foil in there, flat.
No.
Okay.
It's one of those things that I remember, but we got really busy immediately after the stream.
Yeah, and I cleaned up, and I might have actually done a good job for once.
Oh. Did you chuck the foil?
I might have.
Oh.
I could very easily have, but I don't know. It was last week.
Okay. Well, we maybe this piece just gets
Not a piece of foil.
inverted and just the center gets a little bit of foil.
Honestly,
That's not quite gonna work.
Is it the top W or the
No,
bottom?
it's the bottom W.
That is missing.
That is missing. The bottom W is missing.
I think I more wanted the foil in the top W anyway. So
Okay.
I'm saying let's just forget about it.
All right.
Let it be. We're only gluing half. See if it actually makes a difference or not.
Well, there's a thought.
Then we can compare.
Wow, I swear I.
Yeah, no.
tried
I
to
think
set
I cleaned up too well last week.
All right. I genuinely thought I set the foil aside.
You could have, but
I
I
guess-
also could have easily tossed it.
Right. I guess yeah, there was a lot going on last week, huh? We had
guests.
We had guests, yeah.
They were all making these amazing outfits in your space.
They were.
Yeah.
That was very, very cool. Right.
Yeah.
So thank you, Cara and J period and Sierra for and Michelle for coming up and visiting. That was really cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was awesome, but it was really nice and clean, but sometimes when I clean up, I clean a little too well.
That's fine.
You know how many times I've thrown away pattern pieces just because they look like scraps of garbage?
Probably at least as often as I have, if not more.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, okay, well, we're
Cara
live.
says last week was really fun. Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was really awesome seeing everybody working on projects. I'm looking forward to the Loki editions of
Yeah.
Alligator Loki. Especially.
Alligator Loki and yeah, all the variant Lokis. I'm seeing in Discord Nora's saying that yeah, we need a Bruno Rut t-shirt and a train t-shirt and a duct tape coffee t-shirt.
There we go.
Yeah,
So-
duct tape coffee mug.
You guys let us know and we'll get to it eventually.
We need an eventually sticker.
Well, do that one when they figure out where that quote's from.
So your mission, if you choose to accept, and if you don't, then it'll never happen as opposed to eventually, is to figure out exactly what quote eventually is from. And it is a specific thing, and it is actually a superhero.
One of my favorites.
Yeah.
From when I was 9.
Yeah, there you go. From when you were 9. So, put on your Sherlock Holmes hats, figure out exactly what the era was when Felicia was 9, realize that it may not have been brand new at that point, that was just when she saw it, and good luck.
They might figure it out.
Oh, it's the internet, they'll figure it out.
Eventually.
15 minutes.
There you go. So, we're live. We have live problems. We're missing half of our W, but
Oh, J. Perry says, I'm painting those collars from last week right now. Right on.
nice.
Yeah. Because aside from Bruno barking, Jay was working on the time variant.
Yeah.
Yeah, collars.
We talked about Tic Tac boxes.
Yes! TikTok boxes would be great.
Bruno, stop picking on Toby.
Strict Aphid, what style of Wonder Woman were you guys making? The one that's on the thumbnail of this video. We're doing the
I brought the
kind of the more modern-ish version with the W on the chest, with silver bracers and
we're doing the classic 1980s comic book version of Wonder Woman. Because we're going with the W, and from there, I figured we'll go and do the matching belt. And
come on, camera 2.
are you trying to switch over to camera 2?
I'm trying to get camera 2 to do the focus assist thing. It's refusing to do it. Oh, because I hit another button. That would do
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, not hitting the right button.
Not hitting the right button would definitely be a problem.
Yeah, so there we go. But
Hey, perfect. All I gotta do now is learn how to run my own switcher.
we're just live.
We're just live.
Anyways,
It's
we're gonna
fine.
be doing the.
Trust me, that stuff happens on PBS as well, doesn't it, Nora? It's no big deal.
Don't worry, it's always just making yesterday's news.
Yeah. You were saying.
Anyways, this is the version of Wonder Woman we're doing since we're doing the W breastplate, silver cuffs with no stars, star on gold tiara, gold W. We'll be doing gold pointed belt.
Gold pointed belt, white stars on the underwear.
Yeah.
And you purchased boots, right?
No.
Oh.
Not yet.
Not yet. You got
They
time.
just have good ones on the market, so I'm not stressing out about
Yeah,
it.
fair enough.
Because they have the right square heel, they have the right thing. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like, it's accessible.
Yeah. And speaking of accessibility, I know that if I went down to a couple of select shops in San Francisco, I could get high-heeled red leather boots that would fit my size 13s.
You don't even have to do that anymore. You can order them off Amazon.
Oh, I guess that's true.
And they even come with wide leg calves now, so you don't even
Oh,
have to
cool.
worry about that, because I know that was one of the biggest issues at the costume shop is that
Yeah.
you'd get the boots, the go-go boots, but then they just didn't zip up. But
Right,
now
because a lot of the go-go boots I remember looking at years ago all had a 15-inch top, and I've got a 21-inch calf.
yeah, no, boots are great.
Right.
You can totally get the ones that fit you. They have them. You can get them in the right size calves too. We
Okay,
had them
good.
at the costume shop, so I've sourced them before.
Okay.
I'm not stressing out about sourcing them again. And if I
Excellent.
get really lazy, I have red satin stretch fabric and some white that I can.
Yeah,
You
you
know
just
what I
make
mean?
a slip cover. Yeah.
So
Very
I
cool.
haven't done anything about the boot covers yet, but I haven't even. We're still head, shoulders, knees, toes. We're not there yet.
Fair enough. I made mecha boot covers last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah. Have you stomped around in them?
Not really officially. Yes, I put them on a little bit and walked around, but I haven't put straps under them, and I haven't really dialed them in. I mean,
You haven't started kicking things with
I
them?
haven't tried kicking things with them because they're
You're
totally
still
a trip
afraid?
hazard.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm not too afraid. Yeah, because there's a particular way the kaiju walk anyway.
There's a Toby.
And there's Tobies and boxes you can fall off of. So it's not that big of a deal. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And I did try to keep, I didn't really talk about it in the video, but in the actual Mechagodzilla foot, there's at least a centimeter or half an inch or somewhere in there of just flat underneath the actual foot. There's like this pad. And then the toes start. And then the toes come out and come to a point. So there's actually a lot of room for doing a step.
Uh-huh.
Not enough. I think there's, I trip over things all the time, so it's probably not enough, but I think it's not going to be a huge issue.
Yeah.
As long as I remember to stomp.
Well, what's crazy is they have like these shoe inventions. They have those
They invented
giant
shoes.
platform tennis shoes that people
Right.
can walk on that have the rounded
Had the rounded front,
boat
and a little bit back.
that rocking step, and they're
Uh-huh.
huge. I feel like you could put one of those underneath and you just.
Yep. I
You know.
remember watching the Frankenstein Universal Studios at the theme park, and yeah, he had 6-inch lifts, and the whole front of the toe was a radius, so you could walk with a normal gait.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta curve it.
Yep. Very cool.
So, it looks like
He eventually is not from Monty Python, jury rigged.
but it looks like Kara Skywalker and Detlef P might be onto something.
Oh, okay. They're saying it's from the Amanda Show, and I say Amanda Show too for Detlef P. My wife, American, told me so. Well, you got an American authority there.
Yes, it is from the Amanda Show.
Oh,
It is
nice.
a character on it.
It is a character on it. All right. You guys are zeroing in on that in a hurry.
Right? I love the internet.
Definitely. Okay.
So,
What do we want to do to start? Because I have my thoughts, but and I know you tried to call me this week, but I was busy getting Gundam. We've been working a lot on getting Gundam updated this week to get them going for Silicon Valley Comic Con. So I wasn't able to answer the phone both times you called because I was on camera with it rolling.
no worries. I was calling to let you know that I wasn't going to work on it. Going, I'm sorry, Odin. I'm not going. Anyways,
You're not going to get any work on this done? Oh, that's
yep,
fine.
pretty much. But
It was this morning I was thinking, she wasn't calling to cancel, was she?
no. Hi Bruno. But no, yeah. I was just figured we'd glue it together. And we
Okay.
have seams that we have seams that are all in black lines that are about
That are, yeah,
pretty
heavy.
heavy black lines, so worst case scenario, we could always go over the tops of the ugly lines with,
Right.
you know.
Right.
But there's
Totally
lots
can.
of ways we could do it, but I figured, are we going to need to glue it together differently, like meaning, since we're not going to do any of the chemical weirdness that we
Right.
did for this, since we're going for gold like this,
Right.
we can use contact cement instead of super glue
Right.
on this one. I do that because it's not so crusty.
Yeah. No, and
But-
definitely. And even though we're putting a metal backing in, contact cement is more flexible than super glue.
I was thinking that because
Yeah.
super glue crunches.
Yeah. It crunches and it's brittle.
It's brittle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it holds well, but it's brittle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, Nora was asking earlier this week, how do you get super glue off your fingers? You know, because it's really easy to super glue your fingers. And yeah, one of the things I was doing was I just took the grinding stone on my Dremel and but typically,
I like to pick it.
yeah, I'll pick at it, or I'll just ignore it because it'll come off the next day in the shower.
Right? Because
Yeah.
your skin cells will eventually
Yeah.
replace.
Right, and it takes pretty much overnight, and it all comes off in the shower. So
Yeah.
I never worry about it that much.
Yeah, so contact cement I would probably go with over super glue.
Scratch Bruno.
Isn't he cute? And then this one was going to be on top just because it doesn't have the seams. Originally we were going to do the stronger stuff on top, but whatever.
Right, I cut them wrong.
It's thin foam, you know?
Yeah.
And
So this is going to be the decorative top.
yeah, well, we didn't cut out half of this bottom of the W.
Yeah, I totally forgot to do that last week because I was too busy talking.
So
And missing out on Uncle Jesse coming in.
I heard about that. And so, well, the white, this is just to help reshape the top. I'm not as worried about the bottom.
Okay.
And we
And we have the little wing pieces, yeah.
I'm not stressed out about even using these ones, but I want to do it just
Okay. Well, this could
because-
help just hold the top
Yes,
in
that's-
shape. Okay. No, that's
Yeah.
cool because that's these aren't that sharp, and I don't think because this is a really thin aluminum. I
Yeah.
don't think there's any danger of anybody getting poked, but not having them is okay with me.
Yeah, I don't care either way. You can get a paper cut. I'm sure you can get an aluminum cut.
Oh, for sure.
but-
I think I got an aluminum cut last week.
Yeah, they are a little serrated, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think we really need these pieces so much, but we can put them in. Either way, it doesn't bother me. I do want to use this piece for sure.
Yeah.
This is the
On Discord, Cara says they've got their duct tape coffee right here. So,
cheers.
cheers. Sorry to interrupt.
Hope you guys are crafting along with us and drinking duct tape coffee or whatever beverage along with us, because it also comes in clear. Duct tape coffee clear too.
Duct tape coffee clear. This is the non-caffeinated version,
It's like Pepsi clear. You know?
but without sugar or caffeine
Or anything besides just water.
yeah. So Nora decided to post a quick little meme of me saying, "Eating a sour warhead is like, why have I done this?" I like sour warheads, so I do that intentionally.
Yes.
I like super spicy food, and I like sour warheads. So
All right, where's your glue pot? Oh, it's up right in front of me.
hiding
In plain sight, not
in
away.
plain sight. My thought was much like when I did Winter Soldier, was to take the base layer and pin it in the shape we want on the body form, and then start gluing the layers on top of it. And that way we should end up with the shape we want, instead of gluing it flat in the table and hoping we can get the shape we want.
I 100% trust what you are saying because little story. I think we should go on to the thing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No worries. Bruno's adorable.
It was adorable.
But
I hit the wrong camera.
But little story, just because Odin 100% knows what he's talking about when foam comes to.
Generally, there's points when you've proven me quite wrong.
No, but you know your materials, and I don't really work with the stuff as often.
Okay.
You know.
Right.
It's not a foreign material to me, but I definitely was struggling not listening to. Well, you weren't there. I
I wasn't
started
there at
without
first.
you.
You started
Yeah.
without me, yeah.
So I
'cause-
didn't get to bounce weird ideas off of you. Anyways, I didn't pre-curve my foam.
Right.
And that was the worst.
This is on the body shape we'll be using in just a second here.
Yeah.
Because, it's gentle curve, so why do I need to pre-curvy this stuff?
Toby, sorry. Sorry, Toby, you have to move. But it all worked out.
Oh, it totally worked out.
But it was really way harder than it needed to be. Yes.
Yeah.
So, pre-curving, I'm totally down for that. So, if we have to do it on the form,
Right.
we can wrap her with plastic wrap, right? Or aluminum foil or paper.
Yeah, one of those
or
things. Paper,
something.
one of those things.
And then we could just start gluing it on the dress form.
On the
That's
dress
the whole
form.
point.
Exactly.
I broke this morning, by the way, everybody.
Right, she just came loose on the inside, right?
Yeah.
It's okay, that'll probably help with being able to lay her down on the table.
There we go. Put the stand to the side for now. Yes. Because we're live and things break.
It's me with Felicia and Felicia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can wrap her with foil. Do you have foil over there?
I just ran out yesterday. I can go get foil. I think I know where there is foil. But
Do we even need to stress out about that? Because we are gluing it together.
we're gluing it together. We could
Yeah.
try putting a little bit of paper down, but foil's probably safest to keep your fabric clean.
Yeah, I think we should use some foil to put it down, and then we can just do the W over it.
Okay.
Hey, Toby, nope, stay. Don't leave. Okay, what are you guys saying? Scoot over. Okay. Kara Skywalker, you are right. It is the procrastinator. Thanks, Google. Yes, I figured you guys would get it eventually. Yeah, no, 9-year-old me and my best friend thought that was the most hilarious idea for a superhero. A superhero who would get to it eventually. Anyways, so that kind of carried on, and now you guys know. Darius Prime says, I'm sorting through magic cards while listening. Still hobby productive, right? Yes, that 100% does count. I used to play magic in middle school. It was fun. Oh. And then in the Discord, we have some duct tape soda going on. That looks yummy. Okay. So last week we got the paper pattern on our W. We have it all cut out into pieces. And then this week, Odin's getting some aluminum foil so that we can put it down, and we're going to start gluing it together on the curves versus trying to get it flat and then curving it, because he knows what he's doing when it comes to foam and trying to make it stay in the shapes that you want. And since we were fighting the what the foam not last week, but the week before when we were doing the cuffs, we have kind of a mixture of different products. We have the dense what the foam, we have aluminum foil, but it's not like foil off of the roll, it's aluminum foil from the cake baking sheets. And then we have craft foam, level foam, so that we can make a sandwich of all the different layers. This is falling over. But so we can make a sandwich of the different layers and have them all kind of work together. And it'll hold the shape and give us a really good breastplate. And then it'll hopefully be gold by the end of the day. That's the goal. J period says, I picked up some Stitch Fix for my jacket. I may get it to that today. Thank you for the help, Felicia. Okay, J period, since you have it pinned up on all your seams, you don't really have to worry about stitch fixing that because it'll just kind of make a sticky mess it'll pull. Keep your pins in place and only do it on the seams in the front where you actually see it. That way it holds it together and everything will look like it's seamless. Good luck with it. And Strict Aphid says, Magic the Gathering? Yes, Magic the Gathering. I also used to play the card game Speed at recess at middle school. I don't know, lunch in the science room. What can I say? And J period says, perfect, thank you. Yeah, you're only on the front seam, just right where it was gapping. That's the only place I'd put it, and the heat should just take care of it. So, yeah. I think I'm going to start getting some of the contact cement laid down while I'm waiting for Odin so that it can get started. But I want to make sure all the pieces are laid out correctly before I glue, because I'd hate to get the glue on the wrong side. Crafting mistake that happens way too often is there's right sides, wrong sides, lefts and rights of a symmetrical object. I'm not going to use this piece. Let me go camera 4 and there you go, so you guys can see what we kind of have. We have those pieces. Geez, I'm so sorry. I'm putting these all crazy, but I want to make sure that we have all our pieces ready. We're going to start with putting this one down on the base piece. We're going to glue the What the Foam one. It's the strongest. We're going to put it on the bottom layer. And this is going to be on the top layer. And then when these are all glued together, they should be able to hold the curves that we're going to be doing. And we want to do that on a curved surface because if you can tell, you don't see the red when they're straight up and down and they're on a line. But once we start curving it, the red starts poking out more and more. And so that difference we'll be able to shave off once it's glued together. I was just trying to explain why we're going to go onto a curved surface as opposed to just trying to glue it flat and then bending it.
Oh, good. Yes.
So, here, I will go back to camera 1
Yeah.
and cut.
Yep.
I'm
that's
figuring
us.
this out.
Hey, how's it going?
I know which button to push.
Yes.
Okay.
You're paying more attention than I do. So I've got aluminum foil.
Yay! Where'd you steal it from?
I stole it out of Jesse's space. So
Thank you, Jesse.
yes, thank you, Jesse, who is also a patron, but he's out front, just relaxing. So
Yes.
he had a concert last night. It was pretty fun.
They have a poodle up front, and it's adorable, and I want to say hi, but I haven't yet.
I think the poodle might have left. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I had to get Toby and Bruno over
Right.
here because, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay.
So we have a dress form, we have aluminum foil, and we have W pieces. And I have them all kind of laid out the way that they're going to be glued. I was
Okay.
going to get a layer of contact cement just going so it could start drying.
Sure.
But
I would probably. Well, okay, I could see pinning the two wings together, right, to join them.
because those need to be.
Yeah, because I can't remember why we. Oh, I think because that's the way the pattern was. But there was a reason for cutting them in half, right? But anyway.
No, it just was that's the way the pattern was, and you cut those ones out first, so we put those on the back.
Gotcha.
That was
Okay.
the only reason. There was no rhyme.
Right, we made one side, and the idea was to flip it over, and I just cut what I had because I was going off habit.
Because we're live and we're just doing this in front of you guys.
Everybody.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
you know, the creative process, we
Yeah.
just do things because we're in emotion.
Right.
So-
So yeah, these two should be glued together, and then I would definitely form this
Yeah.
to her as closely as possible, and then have a dog fight, and
Yeah.
I don't know if I can.
Yeah, now that we're watching, they're like, no, we're on our best behaviors.
We'll behave now. Of course.
So,
Take a sip of this.
I'm going to push everything this way, but
That's
I don't
cool.
want to. I want to keep all pieces.
You want to keep pieces because you figured out exactly which ones are which?
No, I just want to make sure that we're not
Yeah.
lefts and rights.
Oh, right.
It's a symmetrical object, but there is a left side and a right side
Yes.
for pieces, so it does kind of matter, but it does, you know.
Absolutely.
As somebody who has definitely sewn an arm into a neck hole, it happens to the best of us.
Oh, I bet Nora could list off 2 or 3 different videos where I glued something wrong and ended up with 2 rights or 3 rights. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, no, it makes a difference. So, anyways, we have a dress form, we have aluminum foil.
Aluminium.
Aluminium.
Aluminium. Now, we wanted to say it correctly, aluminium, but if we want to be nice and American, it's aluminum. Even then, I'm possibly aluminum. Even then, I'm possibly saying it wrong.
So, for viewers at home, so we can kind of give them a reference point of where we're at. This is the top of the bodice.
Now, I plan on sticking pins through the foam. Do you want to stick pins through the bodice?
No, we can totally stick pins into the foam, but this bodice is vinyl and leather
Don't heal.
don't heal. Woven and knit fabrics will, but film fabrics, those
Right.
holes are permanent, and
We don't want to do that.
no, but we can totally take things down.
Yeah, okay.
Paper tape is great, but we could totally stab into the form itself.
Hope you don't feel any chest pains.
Right? The voodoo doll.
The voodoo doll, big bad voodoo doll. Oh, Carla's working on Sylvie's sword today. Right on.
Yes.
Oh, nice. And sorry, is sorting through magic cards while listening. Still hobby productive.
Yes.
Nice, nice, nice.
I was saying I used to
Jerry
play
Riggs
magic
is still
cards.
working on it. Oh no, that's a little while ago. It's Faulty Towers. Oh, did you see what Cara said?
Yes, they got it.
Oh, good.
Yes.
I was out of the room, so I'm catching
You
up.
were
Sorry.
out of the room, but yes, they figured out where the eventually came from.
Awesome.
The superhero, the procrastinator. She'll get to it eventually. I thought that was hilarious. I still do. So,
It's awesome.
anyways. It's just kind of taped down because we're just
Okay.
going to glue on top and squish everything.
Okay, okay. So we're not going to stick pins in it.
We can stick them in above this spot.
Does the W go above that spot?
No, I'm saying we can, the center of the W does, the point.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry. This point goes right here. So that's where when we did the paper, I pinned it with right there, but the
Okay.
rest I just kind of taped over the curves.
Okay.
I'm only keeping this on because it has the reference
No, that's good.
of where we need to do it. But no,
Right.
we should not stab it other than the center front point that's
Okay.
above where the bodice hits.
Okay. My plan was to stab the shit out of it, so.
Right? Yeah, no, this is vinyl. Although we do have the other one that is
Well, yeah.
felt.
I thought we were taking it off.
No, I don't. I wanted to see the lines,
Okay.
but we can.
It's all good.
Do you want to pin it?
We'll try without. Worst case, we cut new ones. Probably won't be that bad. I just know I had a lot of success with doing the one that conformed to a face, which is a bit more, got more going on
Well-
than just this. So let's try it.
I have it marked on aluminum foil now, so
Mm-hmm.
I could just take it off and then put the aluminum foil right back down where it's
Okay.
at, so that we have the markings of where everything needs to be going, and then we can still pin it.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
yes, I can make both happen. Ta-da! Surgery.
Surgery.
Can you grab that? Oh. Thank you. Whoops.
I'm not trying to call out as anything being wrong. I just had different expectations.
Nope.
I'll go the other way, don't you?
Yep, that's upside down. And now we have all the marks.
I still have all the marks. Now, I also understand that the shape's a little different. So hopefully, if the aluminum foil squashes a little bit
Yeah.
and it becomes a slightly tighter
Don't-
W, it's just going to fit better.
Yeah,
I'm hoping.
we'll be fine.
Okay.
It gives us the curve. Hold on, let me make sure my center fronts are straight.
Yes. And I can appreciate if that was your big concern, was making sure that everything was going to be straight and equal and fit the.
There we go.
We'll just.
Well, we have the markings now because I
Okay.
drew in the line. So that was my biggest concern, is this shape
Right.
right here. So now we are centered and we are straight. Let me get a piece of tape on this side to hold it in place. Okay. So I'm gonna move over to camera 4 when you're ready to start gluing things down.
Oh, sure.
4 and cut. Okay.
Well, I'm still just putting the last couple pieces together. If you want,
Camera 2.
not camera 2, but there's the on-off. There's the 6 buttons that are kind of independent towards the top.
These ones?
Yeah, you hit on that one, and now we're in the corner.
There we go. I'm learning how to be a switcher already.
Already. And you're pretty much as good as I am at this point. Just ask the viewers at how well I handle switching.
Don't worry, we're live. All these mistakes are brought to you live.
Brought to you by
people like you.
Yeah. Whoopsie and duct tape coffee. Hey, we got just a couple minutes before we go live.
Live.
Alrighty, so I've got the lower W seamed together, and I've got the upper W seamed together. And you want...
That seems like a good place to be. I don't know, I really was stretching on that one.
That's alright.
So
Something about
I'm
following
going to
your pattern, it's all good.
turn this way. Wait, no.
No, that's fine.
It would be this way, so we have the W in the big side of the screen, not
Oh,
where
okay.
our square is.
Well, we can go a little bit upside down if you want, so it's... I guess not.
There you go.
That kind of puts it in the dark. Whatever. Alright, well...
So we can start squishing.
Squishing.
It needs to be right here is where center front is this line.
Right.
And this
Does the W go up above the cups?
Yes, it does.
Oh, okay.
And we have reference. We can just put it down first before we get going. But that can go right. It goes about...
They're all different, but...
Yeah, see how we have that inch border right here?
Mm-hmm.
So we can go... that looks like it's about... and put a mark there, sorry. And it goes along this edge.
Okay.
So that was the only reason, because I'm like, I can see those lines while that
Okay.
thing's on there. But so it's about that much above the center top, and then we kind of follows along that
Okay.
line. Feels right to me. So let's see what people say. So what's Jack of all trades saying? He's right. I could about. I think I missed something.
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, but there's memes in Discord. New memes in Discord.
Yeah, there's more new memes in Discord, which I've only talked about. Oh, just nom with me on.
Us going crazy on the glue. You know,
Right.
we're all mad here.
Phil Tippett's The Mad God trailer dropped. Oh, hey, you know what we need to do?
What do we need to do?
We need to go live to everybody else.
Yes.
So let's go over here. We're going to not end stream. That's not the button I want. It's okay, it would give me a warning. Are you sure?
Si,
We'll go edit.
senor.
Now we're going to come over to visibility, public, done. And we'll come down to
Time to let all our friends
playlists, and we'll go live streams, done, save. Come on, do the thing. There we are, concurrent viewers. There we are. Alrighty.
So we're live?
Now we should be live. I suppose I could double check that a little more carefully, but we should be live now.
And we have audio?
It says privacy public, monetization on, 12 viewers, 9 viewers. Somebody dumped out of here. It's like, screw this, they went live. they went public. Take anything that's not bolted down. Cara says, I love that you're using the DVD cover as reference.
I like tangible reference images, not going to lie, especially when I'm trying to read everything going on the screen.
Right. And thank you for the DVD, Cara.
Yes, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Yes.
Now, do we want to, we want to glue these together, right?
Yeah, they're going to get smooshed and smooshed and smooshed.
Smooshed and smooshed and smooshed, okay.
Yeah, this isn't as crazy of a curve without the thing underneath it
Right,
emphasizing it, but I think we'll be fine.
okay. It's still fitting together. So.
Yeah, and it's going to.
Yeah. Right, because you patterned it off of everything else.
We cut it apart.
We cut it apart. Well, first you bent it. That was all last week. You took
Yes.
the paper and then bent it in the ways that you wanted to bend it.
I took a flat like two-dimensional object, just a flat plane, and stuck it to a curved surface and made it till it was flat or curved, taped with all the wrinkles taped flat into it. Mm-hmm. And then I cut it at all those seams, and it flattened everything out back to a flat, two-dimensional piece of paper flat object. And now we're going to glue all those pieces back together, and it should just come back to a nice curve.
It should come back to the nice curve, and we should have a good W here in a couple of hours.
We'll see. We are live.
We are live. And hello, it may feel like you've walked in on something if you're just now joining us with our public portion of this live stream. And that's because you're just now joining us with our public portion of the live stream. The Odin Makes Sunday live streams, the first 45 minutes or so of the stream is exclusive for patrons. It's an easy way to talk one-on-one with just them for their voices to be able to be heard. And it's an extra treat because they're patrons and they're awesome, and they're the people that really let this channel go and flourish and do its thing. Yeah, absolutely. The patronage is what pays the rent for where I'm at. So, guys, publicly, thank you very much. It's Sunday. It's noon. Welcome to the Odin Makes live stream. My name is Odin.
Hi, and I'm Felicia. I hope you guys have your duct tape coffee ready.
Definitely get your duct tape coffee ready. And we are continuing with our Wonder Woman build.
Yes, we are doing all of Wonder Woman's accessories out of foam. And this week we are gluing the W together. Last week we patterned it and cut it apart. And now we get to put everything back together.
And so the goal with every other part of this costume is to get it done in one episode. But this was just complicated enough. Plus we had some extra guests last week and some distractions that we accepted that this one was going to take 2 episodes to do. But next week I think we're doing the belt.
Yeah.
And then we're going to move on from there. So.
Yay! We're getting Wonder Woman's accessories done. And we have a dress form that we are working on right now. We put aluminum foil down so that we don't destroy our cover. And we are gluing our foam together on top of a curved surface because
we want the topography to line up. Is that the right term? Am I saying that correctly?
it makes it easier to squish a flat curved surface on our curved surface. Anyways.
Because we're squishing flat foam onto a curved surface. And we want, since the Wonder Woman does go across her chest, we want it to fit a curved surface.
Yes, if you do not have a curved surface, if you don't have a dress form at home, you can use a ham, you can use a rolled up towel, you can use your old bra. But if you
might want to explain what you mean by ham.
Oh, ham.
Because I immediately think of Easter dinner.
I laugh because you're very much right. When I'm saying you could use a ham,
yeah,
I am not talking about...
Take the bone out.
I'm talking about an ironing tool that is about the size of a ham.
It is. It is the size and the shape of a big canned ham. It's kind of a funky bullet shape. It's a heavy, dense wool object specifically just for working with.
I have 2 of them, and neither of them are here, so... But
it's all right.
They're usually made out of wool, because wool is very iron-friendly. Right. And they're usually stuffed with wool very, very densely so that you can iron and press curved seams on a curved surface to make life so much easier because people are not flat.
No, people are not flat.
But...
when they are, they do not like it.
This dress form that we have, popped off its stand.
Right.
Is going to be the next video that I'm coming out with. It is supposed to be edited tomorrow. We'll see how we go with that. But I am doing a video coming out soon where I show you guys how to make this dress form, and it cost me under $20 to make the whole thing, stand included.
The whole thing?
The whole thing, yeah. Because it cost me $8.99 for the foam, because I bought the floor mat foam from Harbor Freight. And it cost
Didn't even use the whole package.
No. And then $8.99 for the PVC pipe and the joints.
Okay, so that's you're getting close to $18 there.
And then aluminum foil and tape I had at home, but still. And then I stuffed it with plastic grocery bags and
right. Okay. Yeah. I forgot she was stuffed, so that may be a little harder to get the pipe back in. I apologize for that.
No, it's okay. I was just gonna pop it off and glue the top joint a little bit better. Right. I left it glued, and that was my mistake.
So if nobody had any of the parts, it might go a little over $20. But if you've got some very basic crafting materials already,
And then the fabric I already had, but I
Right.
only used about a
That's kinda what I
yard
was
and a
thinking.
half of it, but still $16.99, $17. It's still under $20 for this
Yeah.
whole entire dress form. And college me would have absolutely loved this thing so much because I really wanted a dress form back then, and they were all out of my price point and range, and duct tape
Right.
ones weren't cutting it. But so that's my video going to be coming out eventually.
well, that's the August video, which
Yeah.
which because it's been the summer months and you've been enjoying your summertime a little bit, as well as Felicia has a full-time job,
And this week's my birthday.
and this week's your birthday.
Yeah, so it's been a little crazy, but I'm really trying. But I think it turned out really great. I really have been using the crap out of this thing, and I'll share it
Yeah.
with you. So, working on it.
This is the first time I've got to really work with this thing, but you use this. What did you just use? You just used this on something else.
Yeah, I did.
It wasn't the Leia poncho. What did you just? Because it
No,
wasn't done for that.
I made a bodice so far. I've made I made a couple things. What was it? I just brought it in here for a reason. Jeez Louise, I make too many weird things.
I didn't mean to give you a test on your birthday week. I'm sorry. If you'd like, feel free to distract the subject and see what the viewers are saying.
Just now I'm bothered of what was I working on?
Right, because you brought it in. I know that. And you worked on something at home. You started working on
That
another
was-
one of the garbage fairies or
Yeah,
something.
that was a garbage bag fairy that I'm working on, but there was something else. Oh, that was a flamingo bag, and I didn't use this. I've made
No.
a few weird projects.
I remember
this
seeing the
week.
flamingo bag on your Instagram,
account.
behind the scenes fashions.
Yeah, no,
Was that one on Ish?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's all of them.
But, yeah. Anyway, so,
By the way, Felicia has her own YouTube channel. The link is in the description of this video.
Yeah.
And under that exact same name of Behind the Scenes Fashions, you can find her on Instagram.
yes.
Yes.
So, anyways, projects, working on them, then they just get stuck in the editing process. Like, that's where they get stuck.
This week's video for me is currently in edit upstairs by Ellis. I got
Yes.
it all written up and taken care of. And we are doing some final updates on the Gundam. This is the full suit Gundam that Joe and I made last year with the intent of going to a con. And then last year happened. So coming up in the end of August is going to be the first big con we're going to get a chance to go to. That's Silicon Valley Comic Con. And our plan is to take the Gundam down to Silicon Valley Comic Con and stomp around and have a good time. So Gundam will be there. Mechagodzilla will be at SAC Anime, as will Gundam. So Mechagodzilla will pop up in Sacramento in the first week of September, but the Gundam will be at Silicon Valley.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love the Silicon.
Oh, the Silicon. Yeah, Silicon is what I got shortened to, which is a great name. But it was called Silicon Valley Comic Con, and yeah, Silicon is great. 'Cause
I like the name.
it's a good name.
So, that's exciting.
It is.
Cons are happening.
Cons are happening.
Robots are getting out, you know.
Robots are getting out. What robots are getting out?
I know Gundams, but
Oh, those robots are getting out. Yes, okay. I'm thinking.
You know,
I don't
just-
remember any killbots coming out. What's
no,
that?
I'm just imagining like robots coming out of the woodworks, you know,
Yeah.
people coming out in costumes, you know, the drones.
Oh, right, for sure.
You know, all the fun people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, Evil Ted on his Instagram just posed. There's another con going on that I'm not attending that happened this last weekend. Evil Ted went to and he posed with another Gundam cosplayer that was really cool. Yeah.
I definitely appreciate all the work and effort that go into these things.
To go into the big robot costumes, yeah.
Well, and just cosplays in general and costumes. As somebody who can empathize with all the work that it takes,
Right.
I definitely appreciate.
Just needs to calm down and not poke up.
Squish and squish.
Squish and squish.
The smoosh and then smoosh, and then you smoosh it,
It's smooshing and smooshing.
and you smoosh and you smoosh.
Getting
Yes.
a little bit of a
Okay, so
that glue spilled in the aluminum foil and it's sticking to the
Stephen
aluminum foil.
Daichi's here saying good evening to
Oh,
both of you from
sweet.
the UK.
Hello, Stephen. Good evening to the UK.
And Michael James says, happy birthday week. Thank you.
Right on.
And then the Calvin says, is Joe going to wear this costume? Yes, he is.
Joe could.
Were you
Right.
going to wear it?
Oh, this costume? Or
No,
the,
no,
or
no,
the,
no, the Gundam.
Yes, Joe's definitely wearing the Gundam costume. I thought you were saying that Joe could wear the Wonder Woman costume.
Well, it's the accessories. They're honestly not sized.
Right.
So, yes, if he wanted to, he could be a wonderful woman. I don't judge. But no,
Joe
the Gundam
probably
is...
yeah.
I assumed it was the silicon who's...
Yeah,
because-
I'm sure because he's talking to what we were talking about.
Yes, and I have worn the Gundam costume, and it's
You
fun
have.
to stomp around it. I'm not gonna lie. I want to kick things I just want to go.
We made big improvements to the knees. So they're a lot. The joints for the internal of the knees are a lot sturdier than they were because there was a lot of play and wiggle in the legs, in the lower legs, and we added yet more breathing holes, more vents, more hearing holes, and an active fan in the helmet. All as a means of trying to make that a little more comfortable to wear.
It's doing it. Sorry.
It's doing it.
It's
and
working.
It's doing it. And it's doing it just on its own.
Right.
But yes, totally.
When a flat paper can then be around it anyways, and then
Yep.
it flattens back out. Yes, the darting is correct.
Yes.
So,
I'll shut up. What else are they saying?
no worries. Kara Skywalker says, I also vote for Joe to be Wonder Woman. And Jack of all trades says, same, Kara.
And Joe is now. We're gonna need you to come down and model this, Joe.
Well,
You know, he totally would. It's all fun for him too.
in all reality, this isn't supposed to be like one specific anything. I feel like you could put these accessories with the frilly dress. You could put it with, like it's Wonder
Right.
Woman.
Yeah.
They're the accessories. I say go for it. So, yes, if Joe wants to wear it, I'm not opposed to it.
No.
And Pars says, hi and good evening, Odin and Felicia. Hello, Pars.
Hello, Fars. I'm gonna go ahead and
Go back to a
I'll
normal
just stop
view.
it halfway.
I love it. Just the in-between.
Just the in between. So
So-
the next bit I'm going to be adding in is some cut pie plate. This is just super heavy duty aluminum foil. This is the disposable bakeware, but I'm scratching it up with a sanding pad to make sure the contact cement will stick a little better. I mean, it probably wouldn't just peel right off anyway because aluminum is a bit porous on the surface, but I'm helping.
Yeah, no, I could see it easily peeling off because you use aluminum foil in bakingware because it peels off.
Because it peels off, yeah.
But if you scratch up the surface, you have plenty of dents and grooves and rough edges to attach to.
Tooth is
Tooth.
the term that Adam Savage likes to use,
Which
I
is
do
correct.
believe is the correct term.
Give it some tooth.
Give it some tooth.
Don't cut yourself.
Thank you. Actually, what happens is I hit the
Stab.
No, I bent the tip of the W a
Oh,
little bit.
that's okay. We have the foam,
Yes.
so we're not going to worry about that. Danny Back says, hello, Odin and Felicia.
Hello,
Danny
Danny.
Back. And
In 45 minutes, we have viewer mail we can open up from the Pestle Brothers.
oh, nice.
And look, it actually says Odin and Felicia. It is our viewer mail, not just sent to me.
I feel special. Please do not bend. Okay, I will not.
Do not bend. And Elsa says, please open on the live stream.
Will do.
Will do. This will be one of those pop-out vampire bats that just, I don't know what's going to be.
Jerry Rig Prop says, if Joe is Wonder Woman, that would be very sus.
Yes. Well, Joe is always sus. Every Friday on Odin Makes Discord, from 11 a.m. to noon Pacific time, we play a quick game of Among Us. We typically get, 6 to 8 people playing. Sometimes we've had full lobbies. It's great. But it's interesting that this past week, Joe was the imposter the majority of the time. It was so bad that at one point he says, all right, if in this game it pops up I'm imposter, I'm going to restart the map. As soon as the game started, the map restarted.
Lucky.
It was like 4 or 5 times in a row. Yeah.
So, Joe is sus.
Joe is sus. Now, Joe's good at being the imposter, so I don't care, right? But,
It is definitely fun, and it's fun hearing you guys all talk.
yeah. No, the time frame doesn't always work with Kara's work schedule, so she'll pop in and work a little bit or play a little bit when she can, but usually just sticks around in the voice chat and listens to us talk to each other.
Jack of all trades says, he killed me first every time. So, sounds like a lot of fun.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Now, also, Jack of all trades and Joe are currently setting up a Minecraft server. So there's going to be an Odin Makes specific Minecraft server. And that's coming up this month. I'm not sure exactly when. It'll probably be active before it's fully public live. We want to make sure we got our stuff set up right.
I saw sneak peeks.
Yeah.
Is that really the
What?
sneak peek picture? Is that really in it?
Yeah, that's really in it.
That's
That's something yeah. Because I know we got the server officially paid for and officially set up however you do that. And then, yeah, Nora's been getting some, like, waypoint things started, including creating the studio center, the Sacramento Media Center that we're in.
Yes. I was like, hey, I know that building.
Yeah.
That's fairly accurate. So, you're going to have the train behind, though.
Yeah.
Or at least
Or something.
tracks.
Tracks. You can. There are train tracks. Or at least I've seen plenty of people make train track-like things on YouTube videos.
I feel like if you can have a Lego train, you can have a...
Yeah. What's funny is I've never played Minecraft ever, so this will be my first. Yet. Oh, it'll happen. I'm not saying
Yet. Yeah.
I'm never going to play it. I have never at any point in the past have I played Minecraft.
Yes. I have to be careful on those games. Although I do have a friend who insists on like having me decorate their towns, villages, and other things on those types of games.
Right.
They'll give me all the stuff and say, "Can you make this pretty? Can you?" And so
Right.
I'm always putting like, "Oh, here, let me put flowers and decorating," but I have to be careful and limit myself because I can get sucked.
Oh yeah.
And then 2 days,
Yeah.
a week, a month has passed by, and it's like, wait.
Wait.
I'm a human being, not in this world.
What was this thing called hygiene? Right.
or like from Rick and Morty when he wakes up, Roy. You know, like.
Yeah. I know when it came out, Ellis got way sucked into Animal Crossing and was all over that for a while.
Oh, you gotta love it. You gotta collect them all.
Yeah.
Did you get the entire mermaid set? Because the seashells are amazing. Just saying.
I think they're wearing a KK Slider shirt today.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Okay. Logan Dark Horse says, hello Odin and Felicia. Back in April, I opened both my homebrew forge where I make all forms of games, strains, pops, and cosplays. I've learned so much about working with bone and wood. I think I misread something to that because half of this... How do I make it so I can see the side of this text?
Click on it.
Oh, there we go. Now I can see the other half, and that would probably make sense.
The Discord window was active, so it was just, how
Cutting
Windows
off.
do that.
And I thought I could see enough of it to make sense, but apparently not.
So I've
Okay.
scratched up the aluminum, and I'm going to just start painting glue on the base, because we're only going to cover aluminum across the top edge, right?
Yeah, we
'Cause-
were planning on doing the whole thing, but we're
Right.
live and we made mistakes, so we're just kind of rolling with the punches.
Sweet.
Yeah, and I think the most important part
I can
of the
probably put
whole
this piece
part
in too.
is the front piece,
Right.
the top piece, because that's where I feel like it just needs that little extra, just
It's going to need
squish.
because there's nothing underneath it. It's up against the very top of the fabric top, and if
Yeah.
it doesn't have a little extra support to make sure it's fitting and doing its job,
Yeah. Was that Toby, the train, or...
I don't know, or a truck engine brake, or I don't know what that was, but some sort of rumbling, whatever.
Yes. And then we need
We need
to incorporate those into the next part of the design.
ping pong balls.
Yes, no, actually, behind the ping pong balls, the name tag magnets.
Oh yes, the name tag magnets.
Sorry. It's like playing I Spy in here. I Spy
I'm
with my little eye.
nearsighted. I spy with my broken eyes. A blur.
Yes. So,
Sorry.
no worries. Just the whole, how is this going to get onto our costume? We've decided magnets.
Magnets.
That
That's
is
a snore.
Toby.
That's a snore. That's amazing. So 3, right? Yeah.
Cut.
Well, yeah.
That is the noise. It is the Toby.
I'm waiting for the noise. I'm half tempted to grab the mic and go walk closer.
I know. It's like, wait, what was that? Oh, wait, nope, that was Toby snoring. Aren't they so cute? All right, I'm going to go back to 1 because as soon as we go back, then he will.
Right.
Actually, let's go to camera 4 so they can see what you're doing.
All right.
There we go. And while you do
So
that...
I've got glue all over the red W, and I'm going to stop and I'm going to put glue on the aluminum piece next. So set that aside. Now I get to try and do this without getting glue all over my table.
Do you want a piece of paper? We
That
have
would be
one right
awesome. I'd love a piece of paper because I hate getting glue on my cutting board. Because when I get glue on my cutting board, then stuff that I don't want to stick sticks to the cutting board. You know, the stuff I'm working on?
Yeah.
Whatever, yeah. And I'll put this side down. And both sides are going to get glue on it, so it doesn't really matter, but I'll put this side down first. So is anybody who's watching right now going to be going to either Silicon Valley Comic Con or SAC Anime or Stockton Con? Now those are all Northern California conventions that are happening because
All
those are
3
the ones
weeks
I
in
can
a row.
get. All 3 weeks in a row. Yeah, all coming up starting at the last week of this month.
Yeah.
So the last weekend of this month, Saturday, Sunday, is SillyCon. And then the following Friday, Saturday, Sunday is SAC Anime.
And isn't that your birthday week?
And that's my birthday week.
Yeah.
And then the week after that is, the weekend after that is going to be Stockton Con Summer. The first Stockton Con in, it's the first every con in a long time.
Yay, con season.
Con season. But the only one that I'm going to have a booth set up at where I'm doing my... I'll take a bunch of props, a bunch of stuff I've done, and do like an art exhibit at cons. Not all of them. It's the ones that give me the booth space. Stockton Con's going to give me booth space.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'll be doing panels with Steve from SKS Props and Cammy Slice, a cosplayer, possibly Bill and Britt Duran if time allows for them. And then I believe Joe is also invited to be part of that panel. That's that Foam Smith Mastery, whatever panel, that's happening at Silicon Valley.
Oh, nice.
And that's the only panel I'm aware of I'm on, but I may be surprised when I get there. No, you need to be on this one too. So that's fine.
Yay!
Yeah. We'll just be stomping around SAC Anime. We're not going to have a home base other than you can probably, if you can't find us anywhere else, look for the Sector 7 booth or Princess Squib's booth, and because that's a place that we have friends where we can go and stop and sit and hide.
Yes.
Yes.
I 100% get that.
Oh yeah. But Stockton Con, I'll be upstairs. It was awesome. Last time I was upstairs next to Jackie. It was great.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I haven't seen, it's been years.
It's been years.
Like at this point, it's been years of this panorama.
Of everything, yeah.
So, I'm glad everything's getting back.
Right.
Sort of.
So I'm going to start at this tip, and I want to be a little under it because I don't want to have. Well, they're all supposed to be cut the same, so it shouldn't be too crazy.
Well, we have the wiggle room in the seaming. We really do.
We
more
really
than
do,
we
yeah.
think. And this is an inner support, so it's not necessarily... Yeah, you got it.
I don't want it to buckle. So good, I need to take the Dremel to it. Now, another issue that I'm definitely running into is all these are cut flat, and all these are cut flat with the same size. But as each layer goes on, the radius of what we're doing is increasing.
Yeah.
And so the parts slip.
Yeah,
So
I
there's-
was explaining that when you were gone.
Okay, good.
Why we are doing it on a curved form, because although they are exactly the same size, every time you go up in a curve,
Yeah.
changes the circle math.
Yep.
Train.
So, train! Don't have a train cam.
Sorry, people.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. The worst case, we just have to come by with a rotary tool and do a little grinding on it and get the seams to go back to being nice.
Yeah, but it's looking good.
Yeah, it is.
It's a W.
It's a W. I've got a bit more of a kink over here than I do in this one.
Yeah.
I think
You were a little smoother on getting that
smoother
one down.
this one, getting this one down, than this one over here. I think I might have pushed stuff. I don't know.
I know, it's
if
just
I
the
can
gentle
rescue
of the
this.
smoosh, and you're also going to have another whole layer on top of it, on top of all of
Right.
that.
What the foam is a lot stronger than normal foam.
So it's a good
And
thing it's the
then
bottom layer.
Aluminum. Yeah, actually, that's definitely
Happy mistakes.
yes,
Happy
in our
life.
favor right now. So with effort, it became free, and pretty much all the contact cement peeled off the aluminum. That doesn't surprise me.
At least there's some tooth to stick it back to.
Yeah. So we'll just redo this. Really should be wearing our masks, but we haven't been. May I have my duck? Either one of my drinks. Thank you.
They wouldn't know our mistakes if you don't let them know. I'm gonna go to camera 4. Nope. 1. Cut. There you go.
One is us.
There you go. Gotta let it dry.
You can always hit that on-off button. Those little 6-pack of buttons. That'll always put us up in the corner. Well, the corner over there.
Yeah.
You know. And it shouldn't matter what camera we're on. Like if you did it now, I think we just have a picture of us inside of a picture. Ah! It's twice the Odin and 1.5 Felicias.
I'm a TV head.
That's another TV head.
There we go. Let's turn that off. So, we got a W. We're going to put another layer on the top of this.
Yeah, we'll put another layer on top of this. And next on top of this is just the What the Foam layer, which is the final decorative layer, right?
Yeah.
And having the multiple layers, because we want it thin, right? You know, because this isn't a huge piece of armor. It's supposed to be thin. But by doing multiple layers of 2mm, you get the compound curves gluing over each other, which will also help the foam keep its shape. The aluminum is just to give it a little extra on the top, but it really makes a difference. Baron Zemo, granted it's a full head all the way around, but this entire build is just basically 2 layers of 2mm foam. There's a little bit of extra for the heavier seams, but there's an underface layer that was even just the front of the head, and then all the strips went on top, and that was all just 2mm foam laid on top of each other, and it holds that shape. So
Yeah.
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 And same thing. This is another one where I was pinning all the parts down to a head cast in order to make sure I got the shapes that I wanted.
I don't know. I want to dance when I'm wearing this.
That happens, especially when there's a train going by.
Right. I haven't been reading all these comments. There's so many of them. Thank you, people.
Yeah, thank you for comments, definitely. We don't always get to the comments because we distract ourselves. But it's not because we're ignoring you. It's because we distract ourselves.
It's because we're actually like
We're trying to actually craft.
Trying. Let's see. Bernie Davis, sorry. Felicia, sorry, called you Felicity. It's okay, happens all the time. Michael James says, I'm thinking TampaCon next year since I'll be closer living in South Carolina. What do you think? Well,
TampaCon sounds awesome. It's the exact opposite coast for me.
if they gave room and board, that'd be nice, but...
It would be. I have a ticket to go to DragonCon this year, but exactly, a room and board. I don't think there's any way. It would be such a crazy last minute jump in the car and go because everything in California got canceled thing. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be at DragonCon this year. And that's fine. I've accepted that. I really like DragonCon. It's an excellent con. But I also really like the people at... DragonCon is a superior con, but I really like the people that put on SAC Anime. I've known them for years, and they're being super cool to me, so it's really hard to go, yeah, I'm going to go to the one in Georgia, which, there's years I will, and there's maybe years that they don't overlap, but they both are pretty much planned around that same. In America, the first Monday of September is almost always a holiday. We call it Labor Day. It's the day that we take off to celebrate the fact that we work. Whatever, we're Americans. And, so there's a bunch of cons that happen during that time because it's always a 3-day weekend.
Yep. So,
Okay, that's not so bad.
Dragon Tamer 179, not 178 or 176.
Oh, I
but
hate it when all the
178.
names are taken.
There is.
That was January 1979.
Has a very good question.
Okay.
Is asking, is there any material that looks like skin but is more beginner friendly than silicone? Yes.
That is a good question.
And no. What's the purpose? What are you trying to do? That is my first question.
That is a very good first question.
What are you trying to do? What silicone? Like, are you trying to mold something? Are you trying to do a skin? Are you trying to do a prop? Like,
You're trying to do effects work. A classic old thing they used to do before silicone was really used in films, and this is really wonky and probably wouldn't be useful for cosplay, is gelatin. Gelatin was used a lot, especially for stuff that would crumble or tear up in movies. But
that's not going to last.
No, it doesn't last at all.
Completely temporary.
Yeah.
Also, Jeez Louise, brain
Yeah,
is farting.
Jeez Louise. Just look that one up.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise is the perfect thing. No, what are you trying to say? I'm not helping.
No, it's okay. My brain is just farting right now. Because I'm imagining the bottle right now of the...
Not latex.
Latex, yes.
Oh,
No,
okay.
Definitely latex. I would totally use latex.
Oh, yeah.
Latex is a great skin material because you can use it for makeup, you can
Yep.
use it directly on your skin.
Yes, you can.
And you can make things out of it that you can then attach to your skin or not attach to your skin or make as various props. But latex does rot.
Yep.
You cannot store it long term.
Nope, not unless
It will
it's
eventually crumble. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're right. Like anything else, UV and heat are its enemies. So if you're going to try and store this long term, it needs to be climate controlled and away from a UV source.
Do you have a refrigerator for your props? No.
Yeah. No.
It lasts a long time, but as somebody who worked at a costume shop, rubber masks, latex masks rot.
They do.
They crumble.
Yeah. They
Like,
do.
you can repair them. You can get some latex back in the spots, but it's not going to be a long-term investment. A lot of old props and things that were made out of rubber are just disintegrated by now.
Yeah, they do. It's just the nature of using something organic. Latex is also beginner friendly because it's not hard to find. You can get latex as a mold building material at Michael's craft stores and Hobby Lobby. Both carry it. It's a little thicker, but it'll still totally work, and you can thin it a little bit with water. But if you do it too much, then but
You can also thin it with paint.
You can thin it
Because
with
once
paint.
you start adding your pigments and your colors that change it does change the consistency. So
It does. I used to pour black India ink into latex, and that's how we cast all the guar stuff. So it was just a black undercoat.
yeah.
Yeah.
Things to think about, but honestly, what are you trying to make? Because then that can open up so many other possibilities.
Right.
Oh, that could be done out of foam, that with this kind of covering, or it could be this, or yeah. It just really depends on what
Right.
you're doing.
And if you want other grades of latex, if you can find a theatrical makeup supply store, which many towns have,
Broadway costumes.
Broadway
is where
costumes
I go.
here in town, they sell
And Evangel.
liquid latex. It costs more, but it is thinner and stretchier. And then if you go to like Reynolds Material Supply, which is a place out of LA that does mail order, you can actually buy balloon latex, and you know what balloons do. So that gets used a lot for like the effects with Freddy Krueger trying to push out of the wall in The Dream. That's just a big sheet of balloon latex that the actor is pushing behind to make it stretch out.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
We've
it
done
does.
those effects with like stretchy fabric.
That would do it too, totally, yeah.
Like spandex.
Yeah, if you want to do it for a haunted house, yeah,
Well,
just do spandex.
It was a real music video.
That's
you know,
yeah.
it was fun. But yeah, interesting. So,
But anyway,
anyways,
I'll shut up. What are the kids saying? I don't need to use that.
Dragon Meter, it says Dragon Tamer 179 says, I'm trying to make a realistic Pokemon to walk around the con with.
Oh, okay.
Well,
You don't have to use latex.
no, not at
No.
all. You don't even need a...
You could do it just like build like a Muppet where it's got a fleece outer skin and would look kind of little. Unless you're trying to specifically do Jigglypuff, whose skin, you know, yeah. Don't get hung up on that level of detail.
Yeah, you could just
Yeah.
you can do whatever kind of finish you want onto a foam. If you want it to be shiny or satin or
Yeah.
fur or... Yeah, no, totally... There's lots of things you can do that is not silicone.
Right. Lots of things you can do that can breathe. Lots of things. There's lots. Yeah.
Ooh.
What are you chewing on? I didn't give you a toy.
What are they chewing? Oh, is Toby biting his own toenails?
No, Bruno's chewing up
A cup.
a container that had lunch in it at one point.
Oh, naughty dogs.
Don't really want to reward them, but...
But give them something that
I'll
is
give them
appropriate to
something
chew
they
on.
can Yeah.
Oh, Toby
Here.
sees you going.
I'm sure they'll both get a whole one all to themselves. Instead of me being frugal and cutting it in half. This is last little while. Here you go, sir.
Okay, so Logan Dark Horse says, is
Bruno. There you go.
asking, what would be a better glow-in-the-dark paint for Mod Podge painted XPS foam for D&D lava terrain? I love this specific problem. It
love
just
this.
sounds interesting, right?
I love the idea that it's for D&D lava terrain and glow in the dark. Are you going to be in a dark enough area to make this work, or are you planning on just hitting it with UV light?
Because you could get a black light and use UV reactive paints.
Absolutely.
I suggest doing a base coat of paint down because UV reactive paints paint really crappily.
They do.
They're chalky. They don't cover well, but they're very reactive in lights and they're just fun to play with. So,
As far as just...
what about just underlighting something to make it glow? Because that would be more...
If you were to make the... So if you had a way of making the lava transparent or translucent, and yet underlighting it with LEDs, then it could actually glow in normal room light. And if you played around with an Arduino or Raspberry Pi, you could get kind of a ripple effect to it as well, and that would be extremely impressive to your players. But it does become a very specific, unique piece of scenery.
But in reality, you could just underline something semi-clear with any light or flashlight. It doesn't even have to get into that complicated.
No,
of a
it doesn't
thing.
have to. That's true.
But I'm just saying, if you're getting through all the effort to put up a black light so that it glows,
Right.
you could underlight it as another way to make it glow. I do like the idea of using a glow-in-the-dark paint because, that's just so fun. Like,
Right.
I love glow-in-the-dark crayons on, like, the walls of the cabin at girls' camp.
Oh, okay.
I can see you. Oh, no. Anyways,
So another good question they might immediately come up with, and we could brainstorm this a little bit. Say they wanted to make it out of something transparent and translucent plastic-wise. What's going to be easy to work with?
Plastic that you wrap flowers in.
Plastic to work flowers in. I was also thinking the PAG. What are this is the clear plastic that packaging comes with, right? You can get, this is a small sheet, but you can get large flat sheets depending on where you shop, and then just cut this out, and you can actually heat it with a heat gun and mash it over something to create the basic volcano shape.
Yeah, I was thinking you could just get those clear plastic sheets that you wrap around flowers.
Right.
Crumple a red one, an orange one, and a yellow one, all kind of
Yeah.
up and under lit, and then just put it
No.
in under and paint black spots so that you have.
Right. Yeah.
There's a million ways to do things, but it's fun thinking of all the different ways too.
If you want to just your basic dirt layer, mix some coffee grounds or instant coffee grounds and sand into your paint and sponge it on over the plastic,
Yeah.
you'll start to build up a little bit of a terrain look. Yeah.
Yeah, dirt and paint is amazing when you're adding distress. So, lots of different ways to do that. I do like glow-in-the-dark and
Glow-in-the-dark is
fluorescent paints. They are a pain in the ass to work with because they don't really paint that well, at least the ones that I have used. Just nothing that I would highly recommend, but if you find a good brand, let me know.
Right.
Because I think the chalkier, grittier stuff fluoresces better. In general.
In general, yeah.
Pigment-wise, but white really
I haven't-
fluoresces a lot in general, too.
It does. It's not all white paints do, though. It's
No.
really weird. But the glow-in-the-dark dark paints do. I've got a little bit of the Plaid Effects glow-in-the-dark, and I actually haven't used it much. So I really can't say, this is the one you want, because I
Yeah.
really haven't used it much. But I've seen some paints that, yeah.
Yeah.
Most of those craft paints are not prohibitively expensive that you can experiment with. You can get a tube for $1.50 and like, all right, this didn't work, and go get another tube for $1.50. And,
Right,
yeah.
paints.
At least here in the States.
So, layers are sticking.
Layers are sticking. So I'll start with the center of the W again.
All right, I will go to camera 4
All right.
so people can see what's going on.
And I'm seeing chat is in motion.
Yes, sorry.
It's all right. Oh, you screwed up everything. No.
Logan Dark Horse says, I have a lot of people asking me to make lava terrain at my booth. That's awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
Empire X says, I'm trying to make a zombie Iron Man cosplay, and I have a question. How could you make flesh that would look real, because I have the Iron Man part but how could I make the zombie flesh shape and bones? I love this question so much. But I'm going to listen.
No, it's great. Once again, you've got a lot of wiggle room and a lot of leeway with how you want to do it, because you don't get caught up on it. It has to look, it's zombie. I mean,
the more blood, gut, rot, and tear and just grit.
Yeah. Honestly, start with a Halloween mask. If you find a Halloween mask or a pair of Halloween gloves or a Halloween chest that's got the part you want to shine through the armor, get that, cut out the piece you need, glue it to the backside of the armor, and start layering nasty and hair and ick on top of it. And it'll look freaking great.
Yes. So, true story. They had plastic fake butts at the costume shop.
Yep.
And I used to walk around with one.
Not just the ones behind the counter.
Yeah. Well, they had... Anyways, long story, but using that as skin over the top of a costume, it just looks realistic. It's just the color. It's a piece of foam and it's shaped. You know what I mean? So if you have, like you said, an already made mask, prop, but, you know, like body part in general, you get a good piece of plastic, like those fake arms. You stick those on the inside, and then what the trick is turning that flesh tone piece to look more realistic is little thin red and blue lines, fibers from fabric, hair, dirt, pores. Broken bones are great for zombies.
You want to explain why the red and blue lines?
Because we have blood capillaries throughout our skin, which actually give us the color. So the red and the blue lines really give you a more realistic skin texture. And the more skin texture, the more realistic it looks. Mm-hmm. And then, sticking hairs in, lines, grit, dirt. Blood and guts are always great. Because I'm picturing, like, even if you buy, like, those latex, like, gory face masks, you could stick that.
Oh, yeah.
Then you have that rumpled skin and the blood.
Rumpled skin, and you might have some exposed bones already.
Yeah.
And no, totally.
Exposed bones are great. I've used PVC pipe to make exposed bones because they're already a hollow tube that you can just, like, really make a jagged edge onto or build up, and you get that in just to give you... cut at an angle so it looks like bones are popping out. Those are always fun.
Absolutely. If you want to... Brain had it. So you want flaps of skin. Don't be afraid to glue on both cotton balls and paper towels and then start brushing latex over it.
Exactly, yes.
And with the cotton balls, just get some good on the top and let it dry, and then you can pull the excess cotton out from the underside. And it'll do two things. It gives it volume, it gives it negative space behind it, and the strands of cotton, as they get latex put on them, creates this really great torn look. Oh. And then the same thing with the paper towels. As you paint paper towels over stuff, you can get layers of additional tissue that's wrinkled, and it's a little harder to get paper towels to float in space, but you can do it. Yeah. If you practice with it, you can figure out how to do it on something and then attach it after the fact. Yes. So paint it up on a piece of crumpled aluminum foil, peel it off, and then attach it after the fact, and you can get your hanging skin.
Yes, definitely. I highly recommend latex-soaked paper towels.
Yeah.
Works amazing. And then don't be afraid to use black.
Right.
Because blood dries dark.
And most zombie blood is black.
It's dried.
It's dried. And also, I think it's partially to censorship issues or ratings issues. You know, if everything was bright red, super bloody, it's going to get a bit of a higher, restrictive rating than if it's just black ick.
Yeah, I did do a music video where they were required to have hot pink blood and pretty, like, wounds, and they wanted to make it as gory as they possibly could, but they wanted it to be
friendly.
Yes, yeah. So that they could get through the censors. And I remember having to do, like, pink chocolate, not pink chocolate milk, but pink milk, and it was... I gave this guy the prettiest sparkly black eye ever.
That's actually really cool. I've seen some great cosplays for blood. They put rhinestones. It's for the dripping blood on the costume itself.
Yeah, I had a whole blood kit for whenever we had to do blood, and in there I kept coffee, instant coffee, because that in the fake blood you get the grit stuck in there from the granules of the dried coffee, but then also it would kind of run into the blood and give it a more coagulated look, and it just gave it that, that zombie blood dried look versus the just fresh red sugar look. Anyways, but yes, Barbasol gets blood off too.
Oh, okay.
Barbasol, the
shaving cream?
The shaving cream.
Yeah.
If you get like fake blood on you and it stains you,
Uh-huh.
and you scrub and it's still not coming off, specifically Barbasol shaving cream, you put that shaving cream all over your hands and you just kind of let it sit there for a second and it'll just suck all the red pigments.
That's
Just-
awesome. I had no idea on that. I've never seen that. That's cool.
Yes, for somebody who had dealt with lots of blood
Dealt
and
with lots
guts
of
and
blood and
zombies and, people, having Barbasol will get the blood off. But I don't recommend using stage blood on props. I would rather do something dried and finished than with a clear gloss coat over it that looks dripping than actually having anything dripping, because I don't like the whole just brushing against something.
Right.
And then you ruin a set, a costume, things in general, so.
So something I used to do in Rocky Horror Picture Show for blood, I did Eddie, was with the character I performed, who's got a big scar across the top of his head. In order to mix up some thick blood that would then just kind of stay in place, I would actually just put food coloring directly into KY jelly and then paint that onto my face. Now the food coloring stained my forehead, but KY jelly, when it dries, it remains dimensional and it remains glossy. So it wasn't just painted blood. I actually had drips and it was shiny all night long. So
That's what we used for fake sweat.
Yep.
Shh, don't tell people.
Yep. Yeah, that would totally work.
No, we totally had it. We put it in a separate bottle, like a new spray bottle, so nobody saw what we were actually using. But that's what we would use for fake sweat.
Okay.
And for other kind of, we need them to be shiny.
Right, need shiny, needs to stay shiny.
Yeah.
Because glycerin can work too.
Yes, we had glycerin, but KY jelly worked better.
Work better, right.
And we
I believe
often
it.
just labeled it glycerin.
Good.
Shh, it's
Don't
a
tell
secret.
anybody.
But yeah, it looks like you
Okay.
got a giant pink
I see
super
we got
chat
a giant pink super chat in the middle of all that.
there. And then I'm turning this off. Wait, and one cut. There we go. Look at me, I'm doing all the buttons.
Doing the things. So, Monkey Business came in with a Canadian $50 super chat, which is awesome. Thank you. Monkey Business says, "Hey, I was planning on making a sword prop for a cosplay I'm planning, and the blade needs to be clear teal color. I was thinking of casting it in resin, but I'm worried about the durability. What material would you recommend using?" There's nothing wrong with casting it in resin. If you look up, all I want to say is Sherby, but it's like Sherby CB or something. It's a friend on Instagram. If you look up my Dragon Ball Z video here on my channel, his Instagram is linked. Last year, he made a pair of green, they weren't teal, blades that he cast out of, I don't know what it was. Yeah, this guy. I don't remember what he made them from, but he made a silicone mold and he cast them with clear resin and buffed them up, and they looked fantastic because Sherby's loves casting with clear resin.
Yeah, resin's a great material if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, it is. If you don't want to use clear resin, you can always just use polycarbonate. One of the issues you're going to have with anything kind of like that is weapons check. It's going to depend a lot on where you're going to a con, if you're going to a con. It's going to depend on who's doing the checking and what their attitude is that particular day. If a hard plastic thing is going to be okay. Most places it will be. But there are guys that are a stick in the mud. And
People are still people.
Yeah.
Human beings are still human beings, and you will run into the people who will give a crap, and then you will run into people who do not.
who do not.
So, but
The only clear foam is really Plastizote. And that'll work if you want it to glow, but it won't be clear. You could because the Plastizote is a milky foam material that you can backlight and it'll glow.
And you can also paint a clear top coat. So.
Yeah, so you paint the teal over it. If you paint a teal coat over it and then light it with a teal colored light, it'll come out looking pretty good. But plastics are going to be better. Yeah. So and the only reason I suggest polycarbonate specifically, it costs a little more than acrylic. But polycarbonate is what safety goggles are made out of, and basic woodworking tools can work with polycarbonate and it won't shatter.
Yeah.
So
makes a difference.
it does, because acrylic will. If you're not careful working with acrylic, you'll nick a corner, it'll crack and split, and you're heartbroken. Trust me.
Yeah. I have to tape
Yeah.
the whole top of my acrylic
Yeah.
before even beginning, just to help minimize that, but still, even then.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, ordering teal polycarbonate is going to be
I'd just paint it.
rough. You're going to have to paint it. Yeah.
They're
So.
plastic paints.
There are plastic paints. I know Cryon at least makes stained glass paints that you can paint on it. You could probably use some of the dyes. There's
polyester dye should work.
polyester dye should work.
Yeah.
So same thing if you wanted to do it out of PETG, although getting it that thick,
Layers?
like blade thick, that'd be weird to do. It's possible. But that would work, because I know PETG, I think it's what everyone's been using with the vacuum form machine and dyeing with polyester resin, and it works really well. But I'm sure polycarbonate will dye too. I haven't tried it, but I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Does that help?
Hope it does. Are we going to Dremel and trim?
Well, we can at least snip to begin with. So I had the left W went on perfect every single time, and the right one, for whatever reason, gave me hell. Sorry, every single time.
Yeah, because you have to make sure you have your center.
Right.
And if you're off on this center, it will throw everything off on this side.
Right. Well,
Ever so slightly.
ever so slightly. So it may not have been on center, or it was very easy for me to, the way I was looking at it, to work on the left side, and then coming towards myself on the right side, I constantly did the wrong motion.
But we knew this. That's why we did it in layers, so we can trim this down. Do you want to just use scissors, or are you going to cut it out?
We can just use scissors to start with.
And then, do you think we need to Dremel these edges?
Well, at least the exposed aluminum,
At least the exposed aluminum.
Yeah. which I know you are not a fan of the. I mean, we're also going to be producing aluminum dust here, so this is going to be a treat. But
It's not that much. It's just
yeah,
ever so slightly.
ever so slightly.
Yes. Monkey Business says, great. Thank you so much for the help.
Oh,
I'm
sweet.
glad that helped.
I'm glad that helped. Empire X was asking a question about. I'm also wondering how you could make it look like your hand fell off, because in the Iron Man prop I'm wanting the arm to look like it fell off, but how would I make it? And I'll use a cotton ball idea around it. There really isn't a whole lot you can do to make it look like your hand fell off, other than
Really?
tuck your arm behind yourself.
Oh, I was thinking he wants a dangling hand, like a hand prop.
Oh, if he wants a dangling hand, then yeah, well, that's not too hard.
I would start with one of those Halloween hands that you find, the random pieces. Yes, they look like crap, but they are a good place to start because they're skin colored, they're slightly translucent, and you can work with it. I would get a set of fake fingernails, those press-on ones that you can just get at the beauty supply store that are already painted and done.
Right. This is if it's going to be a human hand. If it's going to be an Iron Man hand, then that's
Well,
a
Iron
little
Man.
easier.
Yeah.
Well, if it's going to be in his armor.
Yeah, but if he wants it, any of the exposedness,
Yeah.
you still have this end and you still have this end, so you can, like, if you see fingertips, I have
Yeah.
a hand sticking out, you can, the fingernails just take
Fingernails
it to
do.
the next level. It's weirdly icky, effect or whatever.
Yes. Ick Factor 12, Mr. Sulu. Yes.
And then at the top, what I would suggest doing is soaking a terry cloth rag in fake blood and letting it dry. Because the terry cloth shredded, the worse it is, the more realistic it looks.
Right.
And I used to keep a bloody terry cloth rag in the blood kit that was completely dried. And it just looks so gnarly, I could stick it behind any like hole in a costume and it looks like a scab.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because there's like...
Because all the fibers and all the...
It's very textured, it's red, it's dark, and it has all the other stuff on it.
Yeah.
So at the top of the arm bone thing of a fake hand of what I'm imagining, I would stick that around the surface, just terry cloth rag.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it's just making that the more texture you have, the more realistic things are going to look like. So that's why I would get through the effort to do the nails, fingernails with the grit, doing like terry cloth at the tears, the guts parts, you know, both sides, you know, where the arms.
Right, the stumps.
The stumps, because if you have a terry cloth rag, you could put it over your elbow. I've done this before.
Okay.
Like, it just kind of goes inside of the sleeve very easily.
Okay.
And then you have it on the other side, so you have and the black and the bloody colors really help. But that's just from what I have done in the past. Using a dry, dirty, gnarly looking terry cloth that we had 2 of them in the bottom of the thing just for that emergency purpose.
It's awesome.
Because you remember whenever we saw the word blood on the script.
Oh yeah, it was like, okay. Yeah. So you're shooting and you got a blood gag, that's what they call it, a blood trick of some sort. If you're actually using a liquid blood and something goes wrong, you're now cleaning for an hour and a half so you can start over.
Reset.
Reset.
We need to get another shot of this. We didn't get it said the correct. You have 5 chances because I only have 5 t-shirts.
Right.
If you get blood on this shirt, that's it.
That's it.
Well, why don't we have more?
Because you didn't give me that much budget.
No, I know. It's just always, every time I
Right.
heard blood, I was like, oh shoot, I need to have backup upon backup upon backup upon backup.
And this is actually another reason why a lot of more modern movies are using digital blood. And then I'm sure you've seen some of the prop guys on TikTok showing off that some of the blood pools they put on the ground are actually cast resin. They just set down to look like blood pools, so you can then pick them up and you don't have to clean.
Because sticky blood just gets everywhere. It's as bad as glitter.
There was a point in time in the past when some productions would actually make their fake blood with a dishwashing detergent or laundry detergent base, because when you chuck it in the wash, it would wash out.
Yes.
But anyway.
Blood and guts.
Blood and
More
guts.
you know, right? Looks like there's some active chat going on.
Sweet. I'm totally just
That's okay.
trimming
I can read
here.
past you.
Oh, good. Please do.
Bernie Davis says, my 2nd time at the stream. First time being live. I enjoy this and might come back for more. Well,
Awesome. Thank you,
for
Bernie
joining
Davis.
us.
Thank you for joining us.
Zion Machurik, sorry, I completely butchering your name, says, hi guys, how's it going?
You butchered how's it going, too. So.
Oh yeah, no, I cannot talk. We are live. You guys get to see all my mistakes.
So just so you know, she's not specifically calling out any of your names or mispronouncing any of your names. She can't pronounce her name right now.
Nope, sorry. Schultz Division says, I used latex glove and cast it into it. It looked really creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would totally work. I have an idea. Okay, so Carlos Perez is saying, I have an idea. When you finish with the costume, you should paint the face with lines to make it look comic style face. So basically do cell shading.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I did that for a Halloween costume once.
Cool. Okay, I'm going to Dremel the edges a little bit, so it'll create a bit of a dust. I might just step in the back or
I'm
somewhere.
going to put on a face mask
There
because
you are.
I am very sensitive to foam dust, apparently. Always go. But, yeah, I can't stand foam dust.
It's okay. There's going to be a little bit of aluminum dust too, so putting on a
Actually,
face
use
mask
the nice
is
kind
a good
as
idea.
opposed to my homemade ones.
Yeah,
Oh, thank you.
it is not a bad idea. And I'm going to try my brand new rotary tool that I think is quieter.
Ooh, yay for new tools. And I will do, this is not black as our base layer, so after we Dremel it, we should do a plastic layer dip to get a good gold.
Yeah. Yes. And as soon as we're done Dremeling, we need to open up our viewer mail. Or we can do it right now and delay.
Well, it's 1 o'clock. What do you want to do?
Oh, it's 1 o'clock. Let's it has been my habit to open up viewer mail, or my desire to open up viewer mail, at the 1 o'clock hour.
So-
It's 1 o'clock.
We're gonna do viewer mail before we do Dremel.
Yeah, let's do viewer mail before we do Dremel. Let me have a paper towel so I don't stick the mail in the wet.
As I put it in the wet. There you go. At least it's not bent.
No, it is not bent. So the most fun with this, I've got a smaller post office box, right? Because it's affordable. It says, do not bend on it, and the post office was extremely nice, and they did not bend it, and it just barely fit diagonally, corner to corner, inside the post office box from the back. So the mail people were able to sort this and load it in my box, no problem. I go in there on Saturday, open up the door from the front, and it hits the hinge of the door, and I can't remove it from the P.O. box. So I have to go up to the window and let them know.
Ask for some help.
And then they want to argue with me about, all I had to do was just lift it up, it would come right out. It's like, no, the hinge was in the way on the customer's side. It's open on your side. And yeah, anyway, at this point, this actually did bother me, this particular conversation, because it's like, no, the space isn't going to work. So hopefully maybe I misunderstood, and she meant I could lift the door up and remove it so I could pull the thing out. And if that's the case, that's awesome. But I doubt that, because why would you make the doors removable? Because they would walk away. But anyway.
Viewer mail.
Viewer mail from the Pestle Brothers in New Jersey with spiderweb tape.
I like it.
And very specifically, it is addressed to both of us, Odin and Felicia. And it says, open on stream on the bottom.
Oh, I love it. Hello, Odin and Felicia. We are the Pestle Brothers. We just wanted to send you both a gift as a thank you for just being yourselves. Your live streams and videos always make our days. You both are extremely talented at what you do. I know it's still a few months until Halloween, but it's never too early for the spooky season. Both of our art styles are on the spooky side, so please don't be offended. We just draw that way. Odin's drawing was drawn by Gavin Pestle with markers, and Felicia's painting was painted by Tyler Pestle with watercolors. We hope you like them. It was an honor to have the ability to send them to you. We hope you both stay happy and healthy. Thank you so much again. Stay creative. Tyler and Gavin Pestle.
These are awesome.
P.S. If you want, Tyler's Instagram is Cursed Artist and Gavin's is ArtFreak13.
And they also included a couple of stickers they made of Shelley Duvall from The Shining and Elvira.
I absolutely
Yeah, these are awesome.
love these. Oh my freaking goodness. This is amazing.
I was trying to show them on two a little bit, so you
Yeah.
can kind of see them a little bit before, not quite as well.
Right? But this is amazing. Look at that.
These are awesome.
And I love that they got the safety pin and bobbin necklace, and
Oh,
they
wow, they
understood
did.
it enough to see that those were what they were.
And we both have trains.
Yes.
I've got one going by in front of me, and then you've got one going by in your head.
This is awesome. I think we need some spooky
Oh, this is
frames.
really, really cool. Yeah, let me go back to 2 so we can get close-ups again.
Camera 2. So
I'll leave the picture-in-picture off.
here, you hold it so they can see, and then
Is that my eyes don't focus? So is that focus?
it looks focused to me.
Okay.
And then if I go on that side, there we go. But we got, I love it.
These are awesome. I will scan these and post them to the Discord so everyone can see them very plainly. These are really, really cool. And I love the stickers.
Right?
No, your art style is great.
Very much appreciated.
Very much appreciated.
So check out their Instagram accounts.
Yes.
Because
Yeah, because wow, what was the Instagram account again?
Oh, yeah.
You had read it, but it's
Yeah.
like, oh yes, Tyler's Instagram account is Cursed Artist, and Tyler did yours, and so Gavin's is ArtFreak13, and Gavin had done my picture, which is mine's predominantly pen and ink, and yours is watercolor.
Yeah.
Looks like they're both been inked, but this is really, really cool, guys. Thank you.
Right?
This is really cool, and that makes sense as to why there was spiderweb tape in the back. Yeah.
That is exciting. You guys keep going. I love it.
Love it. Also, Tyler included his card.
That's a good card.
Yeah.
I've designed so many business cards, but I've never actually handed them out to anyone.
Right. Oh, that reminds me. I gotta get some cards printed. Go ahead and hit 2 again.
Hit 2.
I got to get cards printed up so I can take them to Silicon and places. But here's Tyler's card, including his social media information.
Yes.
Yes.
So, wow and wow and wow.
And wow.
Yes.
Super cool.
So, good job. Reminds me of a quote I read this week. It was, when the voice inside you tells you cannot paint, paint anyways. It's the only way to shut it up. I think like Van Gogh says that or something. But it's been in the back of my head, so I love it.
Right. Oh, it's way cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Starius Prime says, my guild and I actually talk about Elvira with surprising frequency, so I kind of want to get that Elvira sticker.
I'm sure you can get one, yeah.
I love Elvira. She's,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
I used to watch her all the time because I was there in the 80s when she was doing her Saturday monster movies.
I've totally cosplayed as her before.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, took pictures over at the old cemetery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
In that costume. That was
In that
fun.
costume, right.
Yeah.
You didn't actually stand there with Cassandra Peterson and take pictures. You just...
No. Actually, no, I lied. That one I was Morticia Gomez. No, what? Adams. Morticia Adams and Gomez Adams, yeah.
And Gomez Adams, right.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's okay. That was close enough. I thought you were right.
No, I know. It's just... Because, yeah. Let's see. Marcus K says, hey Odin, this may be a weird question, but do you know any good paints for latex masks?
Not that weird of a question.
I actually do know the answer to that, but I want to hear your answer.
Oh, okay. Because latex masks are not super easy to paint.
No, not at all.
Potentially the one of the best and one of the kind of easiest, sort of, is mixing PAX paint up. And PAX paint is a mixture of Prozade adhesive, which is a prosthetic adhesive. Which you get that at the same place, the costume supplies, the Broadway makeup supply stores. I say Broadway because it's off of Broadway Street here in Sacramento, but it's just stage makeup. So you mix Prozade with Liquitex acrylics or any other heavy body artist acrylics. You mix those together, and that creates a flexible adhesive paint that'll stick to latex, and it'll work on the latex masks.
That's pretty much what I was thinking, except for you could totally just take latex itself and add a little bit of pigment with any acrylic paint.
Yep.
And you make a paint out of the latex, and then latex sticks to latex.
Yes.
So pigmented latex will stick in it. So if you pigment it while it is in the liquid form, it'll dry solid.
It'll dry solid, right. And remember, you get kind of an amber, milky, a little bit with latex. When you're painting on thin, it's pretty clear. But so if you're trying to do pure white, you might want to make sure that. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
And then with both of those, both PAX and latex, if you're painting Halloween masks, most Halloween masks are vulcanized rubber, which means they've been run through a high heat or they've been boiled or steamed, which closes up the latex. It makes it less receptive to getting more layers. So in both cases, it's not permanent. You can peel it back off if all of a sudden you really hate it. Yeah. It's not easy, but it is doable.
But you can rough up the surface, add a little tooth to it, and you can repair cracks with an extra little latex bit. And you can stick fabric, so that a loose woven fabric or thing as a back patch with some latex.
Yep.
To help hold things together. But vulcanized latex is not as easy, but
no, and most Halloween masks are done that way. But
yeah, hope that helps.
Yeah, hope that helps.
Whoops, there it is. This. Okay.
All right, you go ahead and continue to see what they're saying. I'll try to be done as quickly as I can, and I don't want to use my brand new good one. I want an old one. So I'm hitting metal with it.
Okay. Huffle Mort wants to know, what's your opinion on moving parts and props? I'm currently trying to make a TVA baton that extends in like the show,
Okay.
And it's being a massive pain.
Yeah, it would, because the ones in the show are totally faked, the way how they extend. Because let's take this off
It's
for a
not
second.
practically done.
It is not practically done. If you look super close at the hilts of the TVA batons, you've got the flashlight portion, and then there's like a single bump, like a curtain ring or shower curtain ring or something, and then the baton itself, which mine was straight because it was PVC when I made it, but it actually has more of a billy club type of shape to it. When they extend them to put them into prune mode, all of a sudden it magically extends, and now there's two bumps where there was no physical way for those two bumps to fit together before. And the diameter is still the same. So
That's magic.
yeah, it's magic. So it's all done with a hand motion and a sound effect. They aren't actually extending in the show, and if they are, I would be super surprised. To do it, you're looking at getting probably a couple of pieces of really thin aluminum that can telescope. Like if you can find a pool net, the type of nets you use for skimming leaves off the top of a swimming pool, that's got 2 layers of aluminum tube that slip inside of each other. If you can find some older aluminum supply stores, they may still have it to where the sizes are very specific to be able to telescope, but
Finding a telescoping pole and basing it off of that makes a lot of sense.
yeah, finding a
Something
telescope,
that it's already solved.
something that's already doing it is going to be a lot easier than finding the raw material at this point. At this point, all the hardware store aluminum is in basic sizes, and they do not telescope. You're going to be it's just heartbreak the whole time. PVC pipe could do it if you could find thin walled PVC pipe for one portion, and then something that fits really tightly on the other side. And then I would have the entire flashlight array, the batteries, whatever you can make the end light up, would all be part of the interior piece. So when you did your motion and brought it out with magnets or whatever to hold it in where it's going to end up at, all the electronics go with the portion that it's attached to, and all you're really doing is extending the end, and it's just a hollow tube. So I don't know. There's some brainstorm ideas for you. I hope that gives you some ideas.
So, yay. Let's Dremel so we can get this painted. 'Cause
Right.
We need to get this painted so we can finish it today.
But I'm talking to the people.
I know.
I like to talk to the people.
Okay, we got lots of comments.
Apparently, yeah.
Yes.
You got quiet.
Yes, reading a lot of them. Sorry.
It is okay. Don't worry, folks. Interaction will happen again in just a moment.
Yeah, I know. Matthew Bardo says, do you prefer practical effects or CGI? I prefer practical effects in my personal side of things. Yep. I really love it when we do crazy music videos and when they tell me, no, that's not going to be in post, we need to figure out how to make that happen in real life. And I go, yes.
Yeah. I really enjoy the craft of practical effects, but ultimately there is no one-stop solution. It's whatever is going to give the, in a Hollywood sense, whatever is going to give the best end result.
Yeah.
But absolutely, I would have no problem watching a practical effect show and letting it go, knowing that this is what they're doing, and not super judging it, because I love that stuff. The Thing is great. I love the movie The Thing, and it's almost all practical. And what isn't practical is stop animation, which is still practical. So it's great.
Kara Skywalker says, my partner thought it was me dremeling and told me to go take it outside.
So how bad's the noise? This is a new Dremel. I think it's quieter, but it may not be.
It's not bothering me, but I am not the
Right, you're not on the microphone. So, Cara, do you need me to get it further away from the microphone?
No, I think it's just, they know that sound, like, what? Why are you doing that inside? Go outside.
Yeah, you're going to make a mess.
So, Testing the Limit says it's nice and loud. Those wearing headphones might have issue.
All right. It seemed quieter to me.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go way back up in the chats because things have been moving really fast. Artman 2019 says he's getting Tim Burton vibes from these. I think he's talking about the paintings, and I completely agree, and I love it. Jack of all trades says, me too. And Eonolith Lightbringer says, so much talent. Kara Skywalker says, those are so cute. And Expire X says, okay, sorry for wasting your time. Last one, how could I make an extendable, sorry if that was spelled wrong, but how could I make an extendable, would rubber bands work or hydraulics? What do you guys think? I think it's the mechanism of extending, but...
The spike is spring-loaded, but the extending portion of making it prune is not spring-loaded. It's the actors are doing that.
So...
Yeah. So it's just them making it move. If you want to make the spike pop out, yeah, it's going to be spring-loaded.
Spring-loaded?
Yeah. Find a toy that does the mechanism like a...
Yeah.
And copy it, yeah.
Yeah, I love that idea.
Hopefully they can hear me. I'm far enough away I might sound really, really far away and hollow.
That's okay. Ward Metungens, I completely butchered his name, says, hello beautiful people. What waffling did I miss? Excited for the stream. So, still continuing on the W for the Wonder Woman. We have it glued together and Odin is currently cleaning up the edges with the Dremel. And then I'm going to take it outside to give it a Plastidip spray layer before we paint it gold. So, hopefully we get through all that today. That's our goal.
Hopefully, yeah.
And then George C says, you should make a Green Lantern ring. And I laugh because Odin has already said rings are too small to deal with prop-wise. But that is a good ring to do, of all rings.
I get 3D print this one.
There you go, 3D print one. Anthony M says, new to the channel, love the content. Oh yeah, is this your wife? She seems lovely. No, we are friends, we are co-workers, and thank you. I think I'm lovely, but, you know.
Oh, you're lovely.
Ilana Lightbringer says, thanks for telling about the puzzles. Have to follow them on Instagram. Yes, love the artwork. Definitely follow them on Instagram.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. Empire X. Oh wait, he already read that question. Okay. Testing the Limit says, my answer is to mix acrylic with latex 50-50. So they were talking about the latex paint solution.
Oh,
to
okay.
mix the acrylic paint with latex to get a 50-50 solution to get... So,
right.
Pretty much on point with what we were talking about.
Cool. Inks work too. India ink and stuff works too.
Yes, pigment
Pigment.
and latex. Mix it in the liquid form before... Yeah.
Yep.
Maurice K says, thank you so much. I'm making a Slipknot mask for an upcoming show. That sounds awesome. Fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Take pictures. Tag Odin in it. Schultz Division says, sorry guys, have to go. Gotta get up early in the morning. First day of work at my short vacay, but bye everyone.
All right.
Bye.
Good night,
Thank you.
Schultz.
Sergio Camargo says, hello guys. Well, hello to you too. Samuel P. Mudd says, Odin, are you going to make Shredder's helmet from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Eventually is the sign that he's doing over there while he's dremeling. A lot of requests that going on here.
Cool.
Captain America's helmet, Bucky's left arm, Kamen Rider costume.
Right.
Yeah, couple things. Janice Oozer's asking at Odin Makes, hi Felicia, have you ever dealt with faux leather? that has a fishy smell, and how do you remove it?
Wow, that's specific.
No, fake leather really does have.
It will go with fishy smell? Oh, okay.
It has a plasticky smell to it.
Yeah.
It's very synthetic.
Okay.
Yes, I've noticed it. No, I haven't given a crap enough to do anything really about it.
Here's your costume, deal with it.
I don't know, by the time you add so many other layers of
Yeah, of stuff and smell to it, yeah.
laundry, I don't know, rub it with,
Febreze or...
well, I was thinking the dryer sheets.
Yeah.
Because it gives it that fragrance, but it also...
There's those sprays that you can spray in your sneakers.
Yeah, you can either mask it or... But ultimately what you're smelling is the little... Oh, there's my phone. We're live and my phone isn't on silent. Let me just answer that.
Yeah,
and
you
hang
answer
it up
really
live.
quick. I won't turn the motor on. I'll just come back so there's somebody on screen.
Sorry, people. You know, we're live and I'm getting phone
I'm back
calls.
up here. Okay.
Right, we had a lot. I was trying to catch up.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Freaking great. We're seeing all sorts of memes popping up here.
That makes a huge difference on those edges.
Doesn't it?
It really does.
So I'm trying to get a smaller bit to get down inside of the W's, but up here on the top, it's
You can see the difference. It makes.
Right. And so let me get the other ones.
And I will finish reading people's things. Sorry, I was so rude and didn't put my phone on silent, but we're live and now I know.
Yeah.
Stephen Daichi wants to know, is that a battery-operated multi-tool? And I believe it is.
Yes, it is.
So.
This is my new toy. I love this toy. Yeah, stick it on too if you want. This is fully battery operated. The entire motor assembly is up in this. And yeah, this thing is cool. and even though you can go back to one if you want, even though it is kind of noisy for a microphone, as far as a multi-tool goes, I've got a couple different ones here. This is the quietest one that I've got, and it's got a little bit of a speed control.
So you don't have to have it on full speed and just.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I usually do.
Yeah, I know. I do too. Shh,
But-
don't tell.
But yeah, no, this is neat, and I love the fact that it's portable. So I've actually got a bunch of Ryobi's started a whole Maker's Tool line, and I've got a bunch of them. So I'll be doing that as a social media post here soon. But yeah, this is cool. I'm really happy with this particular toy.
Yay, new crafts.
New toys.
New toys. Having good tools make the job so much easier.
Yes.
And portability definitely does help.
Right. This is easily cosplay first aid because you don't have to have a power source. Yeah.
Okay. Ha! Detlef P says, at least you got my parrot quiet with all that noise. Really? My brother's parrot would probably join in going, ah, it's time to
Exactly.
screen time. We got people asking for the proton pack from the Ghostbusters.
Right. I'm going to do a Ghostbusters build when it's
Right.
closer to the movie.
That one's a really popular one.
It is.
That one always rented, like, a lot, so I can see that one happening eventually.
No, you can say I'm going to do Ghostbusters builds when it's closer to the movie coming out.
Yeah. Ilana Lightbringer says,
Or don't
Felicia.
say it.
What?
Go ahead. Continue.
I thought they could hear you. I'm sorry.
Maybe. I don't know if they can.
Right? I'm just assuming if you guys, I can hear him, you can hear him, but we're just being loud and inconsiderate at the moment.
I was just saying I am planning on doing Ghostbusters builds when it's closer to the movie coming out. That's all I was trying to say.
Yeah. And I heard you, and I assumed they could say that. Heard that. I'm sorry.
I don't know if they can.
But yes, it's coming. It's coming when the movie comes out, so look forward to that. Kara Skywalker says, I love dremelled edges. Really, the difference between something homemade looking and being professional looking really is just the edge finishes, in my opinion. It's just you finish
Yep.
your edges. I'm so sorry, everybody. Thank you for chatting it up. I am getting really lost in the chat, but I'm trying to answer your guys' questions the best I can. Oh, Kara Skywalker says we can hear Felicia, but Odin's audio is off, so they did not hear what you had said.
Okay.
So I'm glad that we took that time to say it. But yeah, looking really good.
Thank you. I think I'm done.
Looks good from here. So turn off the Dremel now.
Yes. There's
And-
that.
And turn on the vacuum cleaner.
Well, yeah, no, the dust is for reals, people.
Yeah.
The dust is for reals. Ooh, Empire X said, sorry, an extendable Black Panther claws. I love the claw idea.
Oh, let's see. What is it? Extendable Black Panther claws? Oh, wow. That's.
I could see that getting done with rubber bands and having
Yeah.
the shape kind of pull and reach
Right,
back.
because that's just off the tips of the fingers. That's not.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a challenge.
A challenge, but an interesting, fun one.
Yeah.
Something where you probably want to have the mechanism not in the fingers, but further back that has
Yeah.
cords that go up to it.
Or rubber
so,
bands.
Or rubber bands, yeah. So when
Yeah.
you want it to extend, it's happening elsewhere and causing the action to happen up there.
Yeah, I would use the wrist joint as the joint that would pull to extend it.
Yeah.
More loud noises.
Sorry.
It's okay. Almost done.
It's all part of all part of doing Dremel stuff.
Right?
Right.
Elanith Lightbringer says, Felicia, what will be your video for the month? And will it be out tonight? I really want to get it out tonight, but I honestly have not finished editing it.
Right.
And that is where I'm the weakest at, is I am very bad at editing, but I will try my very best to get it out this week. If not, it may wait till next week because I have a full-time job and can't really edit during the week. So
Right.
it's either going to be out tomorrow or next week. And hopefully.
Hopefully.
But what I'm making is a dress form out of foam. And it cost me $20 to make. It's a great form. We were using it already. And yeah. So this is this next week's video, this August video. Hopefully it'll be out tomorrow, but please bear with me if it's not. It will be my own fault for not editing fast enough or knowing 100% what I'm doing while I'm editing. Shh. But
It's all good.
this is the video that's coming up.
This is the video coming up.
So keep an eye out for that. I'll let you guys know. My goal really is to get it done tomorrow, but we'll see. I'm not working on it right now.
No,
No.
that happens.
Right? I'm going to go take this to Plastidip it
Please
while
do.
you answer the phone.
I'll be happy
And
to-
I'm starting to notice all the dust.
Okay.
I know.
It's a good chance for you to go outside and get away. Don't forget the Plastidip is going to be back in Joe's area.
Okay, so it's not where I normally steal it from.
Yeah, not where you normally steal it from, and it'll be back behind the post. On the floor in the cardboard box. She's almost got it. You're getting warmer. You're getting warmer. There it is. Success.
Smells like feet in there.
Smells like feet in there. Alrighty.
All right, I'm taking Toby and Bruno out with me.
Oh, cool.
Come on. You're going to stay, Toby? Oh, you're bringing
Ben
your
Films.
shit?
Hello.
Come on. Yeah.
So I'm catching up myself here now. We have Hey Odin, remember? Okay, so Logan Dark Horse is saying, "Hi, hey Odin, remember my Dragonborn cosplay? I wore it to my interview to get my booth, and I got it in 2 minutes. It took 20 minutes to get dressed. I'm not quite remembering, but I do remember a Dragonborn cosplay at SAC Anime. So if you're talking about that, then apparently I do remember that. Otakuru is asking me if I've ever watched Kumen Laida. I have a little bit, but I haven't really picked out a favorite one because I haven't watched a whole lot of it. I would probably just go with the classic. The one to me that's classic is the black and green one with the big red eyes, because that was the first one I saw, and I was under the impression that was kind of the first one, but I could be very wrong on that.
Good. People letting Alana is letting Felicia know it's cool. Take your time. Yeah, definitely. We want to see a good completed video, and so yeah, even though she's not in the room, definitely, I have no problem and understand the time needed to get stuff done. So I'm seeing Snow Staff from Power Ranger Mystic Force from Joe Love as a request, and Jack 269 right, because the new Masters of the Universe is bringing back the toy mechanism that every other medium has ignored. When the original Masters of the Universe toys, He-Man came with a silver sword, and Skeletor came with a purple sword, and they're mirror images of each other, and they would fit together to make one big power sword. And that just was never a story element in the original cartoon. It was in the comics, it came with the toys, but it was never in so I'm glad to hear, I haven't watched the show yet, I'm glad to hear Netflix and Kevin Smith brought that functionality back. And I remember, at least on set with friends, joking about making my power sword do that on my build, but I went with getting it done instead. Good. Optimus Phillip is agreeing with me that the black and green with red eyes sounds right for the original Kamen Rider #1, and then has it spelled out correctly in Japanese, which I can't even pretend to read. Testing limits. Odin, I second the idea of you becoming a Ghostbuster. Oh, okay. I took the leap making the jumpsuit during COVID, making a proton pack this October. I've almost started that more than once. I managed to purchase a Air Force. I used the tan jumpsuit. I bought one once. That's as far as I kind of got. Started buying the belt pieces and things, and that was in the 90s when I started doing that. But yeah.
Yeah, we did that at the costume shop. Those jumpsuits are great.
They are great, and it's a great costume.
Mm-hmm. Yes, those rent out all the time.
Oh, Logan Dark Horse has been making a fully articulated Dragonborn cosplay, and it has only been mentioned in chat. I wasn't sure, because I've seen some Dragonborn cosplays. And once I got to be a judge at SAC Anime, and I know a Dragonborn came through, so I thought maybe that was them.
I love being a judge.
Yeah, being a judge was fun. That was great. Mm-hmm. Been a judge a couple times on things. That was cool. Doggy time! Puppy!
Yeah. Hi, you. Mwah.
Carl Skywalker says that the new Masters of the Universe is really good, and that they are definitely debating making an Evil Lyn cosplay. I've had a lot of people say I should make Tila, and that's interesting because she's got a Cobra armor piece basically. So her whole front is like the belly of the Cobra, and then as the cowl goes back behind her, and so the head becomes like her helmet.
I love it.
Yeah.
I am Jafar's staff.
Yes, basically, I am the Bride of Serpentor from G.I. Joe. Although Tila predates Serpentor, so
no, I love this. Like I can appreciate that. Yeah, cosplay.
Cosplay.
Do it. When that voice inside of your head says you cannot cosplay, do it anyways.
Right. Remember, people who are cosplaying are there to have fun and want to have fun with you in your cosplay. The people being judgmental over how your cosplay is done are few and far between. Most people are going to get excited over the fact that you tried to do something and then wore it to a con.
And only you will see your mistakes.
Yeah, and only you will see your mistakes. And another fun thing, which I've done and I've seen other people do, especially at Dragon Con, is the bizarre, weird, tiny, obscure things that like 1% of the people are going to get. Because when they get it, that's fun.
Yes. I think that's also why you wear it amongst people you think will get it too.
Yeah, definitely. And Dragon Con is a obscure cosplay con.
Yes. So, as long as you're having fun, that's the whole point.
Right.
Yes. All right, Bruno, come here. Let's get down.
We're talking about League of Legends. I don't know the characters that well. I see Jinx pop up in a lot of things, but I did Ziggs Bomb for DIY Prop Shop as just a handheld thing. But I've never really played League of Legends. I've watched some of the tournaments, but I don't know the characters that well. But there's a lot of really cool character designs. It's a very steampunky D&D mashup thing.
I love it when they just really get into it.
Yeah.
Because it's not about the practicality. It's about how it looks.
Yeah.
I think that's really what it is. And I can get behind that.
Araya Johnson likes your dress.
Oh, thank you. It's not dress, it's pants.
It's a pantsuit or whatever, but yes.
Yeah, but I made it, so thanks.
I was expecting that. You made it.
Oh, that I made this?
Yeah. Oh, I made it. Of course you did. Will I ever make Bucky's left arm from the Avengers? Vivian Metarugic.
Talked about it a lot.
Talked about it a lot. Yeah, it's one of those things that talked about it, thought about it, but always when it got close to maybe doing it, it's like, oh, that's cooler. So that's kind of. The fun thing is there's a lot of big stuff that seems like it should be obvious to do, but then something else fun or potentially better for driving traffic to my site, to my channel, comes up, and so yeah,
No, I know. There's
Yeah.
there's a little bit of an issue or a red block or a problem that I can foresee in a project, and there's something else that doesn't have that same red block.
right.
That's totally going to take my priority.
Pretty much, yeah. Oh, I can accomplish this in a week. I can't accomplish that in a week.
Yeah, but I really think that arm is going to come, but when it does, it'll be done right.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
it's one of those you have to chew on.
Yeah.
Like, mentally, because y'all are thinking about it. I know you guys are, because you keep asking about it.
Right.
So mentally, you guys are thinking about it, too.
But it's, it's going to be probably a Lycra base with foam glued onto it because effectively,
Well, yeah, it's
How
going
else
to
are
be
you gonna
foam
do it?
and spandex.
yeah.
I think it's going to be some kind of marriage in between those. And it's still, the hamsters are running.
Yes, the hamsters are definitely running.
The hamsters are twirling those wheels, so it's being thought of. But while it's still in that I don't know if I can do it yet phase,
Right.
it's getting pushed off for the other prettier projects. Ooh, shiny thing that I can do.
I can finish this in a week. I can finish that and part of that in a week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at this point I need to do slightly simpler projects so Mecha Godzilla can happen in the background.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to run out of August in a hot hurry, and I still have a tail to make.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
still need to edit.
Yeah, and I still need to get all the accordion pieces sewn. Yeah.
Did you figure those out yet?
Sure.
Because mentally I've been chewing on those ones too.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because you can't really do those pieces until you had the other pieces, but now you
Pretty
have the
much.
other pieces, so you have no excuse not to do those pieces.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I just need to sit down and actually do it. But I got, but I got a bucket of excuses. I'll just leave it at that.
I think they understand. It's crafting.
It's crafting. I hope they understand.
Yes.
Araya John says, let me know I should make the Riddler's cane from Batman Arkham City, which is a pretty cool cane.
We had that costume. The green the green suit with the things on it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
The Riddler was a fun character. And
Riddler's a fun character.
Yeah.
Right. There's a lot of Sam Wilson and Bucky questions in here about making Wakandan wings and making helmets and making chest suits.
I love the Wakanda style. Like,
Oh, Michael James is an official Patreon today. Awesome. Thank you,
Welcome
Michael.
to the community.
Welcome to the community. I've talked over you.
It's
I
okay.
got all excited.
I totally jumped in there. I was like, yay! We have more friends to chit chat with on Discord, so there's that. I
Yeah.
really like how nice everyone is on that community.
Yeah.
And I like seeing all their progress.
Yes. And we just, so we've had a work in progress thread for the longest time on the Discord. And now we've got past finished projects. So another place to show off stuff that you've completed because there really wasn't a
Finished projects.
finished project place. Yeah. So I posted the monster mask I made in high school.
Yep, latex.
Yep. Latex.
Rotted by now.
Oh, it's way gone. It's a long time ago gone. Yeah. High school was a couple of lifetimes ago. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that stuff doesn't last a decade for sure.
No, it doesn't. But no, it was sculpted from clay. Oh, and by the way, Jack of All Trades has posted links to check out my Patreon right in the live chat. So if you want to check this out, please do. And my Patreon is 100% major support for my channel. It's what pays the rent and keeps the lights on here, literally. So thank you guys. The mask I sculpted from wet clay and then made a plaster mold and then slush cast, way too heavy. It was dense.
You had
rubber.
to learn.
I did, yeah.
You have to make these stupid mistakes because otherwise you will not know.
Yep, and I did mix acrylic paint with the latex to give it its basic tint, and then just been straight acrylic right over it to paint it. Yep.
I made really ugly
Sorry, Bruno.
Stop motion dolls.
Oh.
Out of armature wires, sofas,
Sofa foam,
and latex painting it.
Oh, that would totally work.
Oh, they looked awful and amazing, and they
All at the same time.
right.
Yeah.
I love latex. It's a great material, but you really got to make mistakes.
Yeah.
You have to make mistakes.
Have to make mistakes.
I'm gonna go check on the drying paint. Give it either
Okay.
another coat or bring it in.
Okay,
Because
cool.
it's nice and hot outside, so
Yeah, it's pretty quick.
Yeah, but I'll be right back.
All right.
Leaving the dogs this time because apparently they don't listen.
All right. Friard. Wow, how come I can't say this? Friard is saying, make another Friday the 13th hockey mask, but this time of the fancy Never Hike Alone. Hockey mask, this time of the fancy Never Hike Alone. I don't completely understand. I'm sorry, I'm not picking up on something here. But all right, make another hockey mask and make it different. Okay, so Empire X has asked a couple of times now about hydraulics would work better than rubber bands. Okay. I have not directly personally worked with hydraulics. And taking that in the literal sense of hydraulic rams and hydraulic, you're running into an issue of you need a pump that can pump the hydraulic fluid, which is an oil, in order to make the hydraulic chambers extend. And all those tubes and pumps and extendable things take up a lot of space. And if you're trying to make claws behind your Wakandan hands, you're going to look more like Edward Scissorhands than Black Panther. I am not aware of micro hydraulics. Micro pneumatics might work, and that's using air pressure instead of fluid pressure. But still, wires, bicycle cable, rubber bands, springs, elastic. It's something that doesn't require batteries and pressure and is going to be a lot more reliable and going to be a lot less bulky on an otherwise skin-tight suit. Because you're talking about Black Panther, right? So I don't know. I mean, if you want to do it and you want to figure it out, dude, do it. I saw somebody make power armor that used pneumatics, and it worked great. But Fallout power armor's clunky. So,
Yeah, for Black Panther claws, totally rubber bands because that's what are in our hands.
Yeah.
You don't have any muscles in your hands. Your muscles that control your hands are here.
Right.
So,
they're all down here. It is cable controlled or tendon control.
Yeah, tendon.
I call it cable.
So they're rubber bands.
Yeah.
So I would keep with what's working and do a rubber band solution that probably is triggered by this motion or a combination of the both.
Yeah.
But yeah, kind of got to think about it.
Right. Or even is maybe some sort of weird thumb motion that makes them pull out or something.
Yeah, but just extending the rubber bands to a narrow spot on the wrist bracelet could be a great
could be
a good
sufficient
trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to use rubber bands because then just using nylon wire or I say wire, nylon string, something else that doesn't stretch like a rubber band. So as you make this motion and you change the length in relation to your fingers to where it's attaching, you're pulling on it. And so if you've got a small little thing at the end, so you got your string that goes to the fingertip, loops around the thing, and attaches to the base of the claw. As you move your hands down, you're pulling the string, which will pull the claw forward.
Yeah.
Rubber bands will retract it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have options.
But if you really want to go with hydraulics, you can. I don't know if you're going to find any that are going to be affordable and small enough to fit inside of Black Panther's gloves and not look like Edward Scissorhands or...
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Show us.
Show
Can
us.
you do it. Send us a picture. No, I love to be proven wrong.
Right, exactly. And that's not something I've researched, so that's something I could be totally wrong on because it's not my wheelhouse.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I think this is dry.
Okay.
I figured out why that room smells like feet. It's Toby.
Toby smells like feet?
No, it's the chew toy.
Is the chew toys they gave him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed a really bad smell, and I walked around, I was like, I think it's just the chew toys.
Yeah, I think that's the Toby, and then he was chewing it in there, and I was like, woo!
Oh, okay.
Toby's toys smell like dog toys.
I gave them some
Yeah.
rawhide chews, and of course they get covered in dog spit because they're chewing on them, and they became aromatic.
Yes, so.
Yes.
Thank you, Toby.
Thank you, Toby.
It smells lovely in here.
It does.
Chemicals? No.
Chemicals. I'm so sorry that they're making more of that smell later today at home.
They'll go outside.
Okay, good.
We need some gold.
We need some gold. Do you want to lay this down just on the bodice currently and see?
It's gonna be fine.
It'll be fine. Then let's paint it gold.
Should we attach the magnets first?
We probably should attach magnet first.
Let's glue some magnets on. I really like this gold, but I don't want to switch our golds
Okay.
because it matches the tiara.
Right.
So this is my favorite gold.
Okay.
That you used, but this is the gold that they had last week on the live stream on Kara's
Loki. Lady Loki. Sylvie.
Yeah. I'm like
Right.
going Loki, but it's Sylvie. Anyways,
It's Loki.
on their costume, and I really, really like the way this gold looked like, and
Oh yeah, totally.
it was gorgeous. But this is the gold that I know I like. But part of me wants to go a base layer of this so it matches this, but then also going over the top maybe with one
Sounds
layer
like a great plan.
because this is a great gold.
No, something I was laughing at. You were saying yesterday when you meant last week. How often I've gone to Burning Man a number of times. I don't go every year, but I've been to a number of times. I went a few years in a row in the early 2000s, and every time I talked about the previous year of Burning Man, I said last week. Because the entire rest of the year didn't happen.
Right? The other day. The vague meaning of that.
The vague meaning of that.
I will get paintbrushes.
I think.
Whoa, Steve, Toby.
Yeah, they're really pungent today. There's a double back sticky tape on the blanks for the. We're going to use name badges as magnets to attach the W. So I think we just do some.
So should we paint it first then?
Oh, paint it first, yeah.
Yeah.
So if we just do a little bit of contact cement and let it dry and get sticky, then we can probably take this sticky, stick it to that sticky, and everything will be happy.
Do we need both layers of stickies, or can it just go directly to the foam?
We can go directly, but I've had a lot of tape stuff peel up.
That's what I wanted to know, because is it going to add to the barrier or
Yeah, I just
experience? I will trust you.
okay.
I 100% do.
Thank you. I've had it. It's like, oh, this will be fine. Damn it! Didn't even make it to the car. Ernest Fenn. Odin, what type of bandsaw blade do you use to cut foam? It's all caps. He's not really yelling. He's just trying to get my attention. The easiest one you can get at any hardware store is going to be a variable teeth bandsaw. So you get your TPI, your teeth per inch, and they'll give a number of like 10 to 18 or whatever. Those are really good for cutting metal because they don't leave as much of a tooth mark because you're varying how many teeth per inch there is. So that works really well, and those are easy to find. The one I actually use is actually called a scalloped blade, and it literally looks like a bread knife on the bandsaw. And when it's brand new, it is razor sharp, and I've cut myself trying to put the bandsaw onto my bandsaw. And that gives me a really clean cut. It doesn't, instead of sawing through it, and like a saw blade is erasing where it's going, right, as you're cutting, because that's what the teeth do. They're just taking chunks out, and that's how wood works. The scallop blade literally is just cutting it in half. It still produces a little bit of sawdust, but it's like cutting it with a razor knife and making it separate, as opposed to cutting a channel and ending up two parts, right? But you have to special order those. And scallop blades are only good for foam, cardboard, and meat. So
You can cut your finger.
very quickly and easily. And then your saw is kind of dedicated to a particular material. So variable teeth is probably a better overall blade.
And in reality, it does make a huge difference.
Yeah.
Because you think this is just a small thing. Oh, well, it's just cuts. No.
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 Yeah. When my variable teeth blade broke, because they wear out and break, I went and got just a higher per teeth wooden blade that had constant teeth, and that had the roughest edge of any bandsaw cuts that I've done so far. And
Experience.
And so that's what I think is going on. Steve at Stephen K. Smith's SKS Props, he has a bandsaw blade that he's been using for a very long time, and he says it's dull, and it's not very good for cutting wood or metal, but it cuts really well for him. So that's something else. He seems to like to use worn. The tools you'd use on wood and steel that are worn down on his foam, like his sanding discs that he uses to round over his foam, barely has any grit to it at all. It's pretty much just the cardboard tube.
That would make sense for foam.
Yeah, because foam is so soft anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I was thinking when we were buffing out these,
Right.
I was thinking about when I do my nails, and I
Yeah. Yeah,
you use different grits of sandpaper as you get finer and finer and shinier and shinier.
Absolutely.
And you get to a certain point where it feels like there's no sandpaper on it.
Right.
And then you get to a point where it feels like it's just kind of a shiny surface on a shiny surface. And when you get to those grits, then it starts to get...
It starts to get really shiny.
So I can really see using a worn out sandpaper working really well to give a good finish, especially since like worn out golf balls work better. Worn out sandpaper.
Right.
Yeah, I can see that working completely. I'm making a really rough
That's fine.
base coat, but
Yeah.
it's gonna get golded and
It's
then
going to get
golded
golded and
and
some
then
more
golded.
golded over. Sandpaper. Oh, right. So I found also working with models and other smaller things that, and I think Adam Savage has talked about it. Yeah, go to a beauty supply store or even the aisle, and you can buy the fingernail sticks, the emery boards, and you can get ones that have multi-grain on the same stick. And yeah, totally. Those things are great for working on Gundam models. I was making some custom Lego parts, and after I got done casting them, I then would buff them to a shine using these fingernail files. And yeah, they're great, and they're cheap.
And they're made to hold nicely in your hand.
Yeah.
So
Ernest Van says, sorry for the use of all caps. Actually, he says capes. Yes. No capes! But yeah.
No capes.
It's fine. I hope I answered your question, and I hope I didn't make too much fun of you. Rodrigo says, hello from Chile. Yeah, so he says, salutes to something or other. But hello from Chile. Or greetings from Chile. Yeah. Hello!
Hola, ¿cómo
Hola.
estás? Yeah.
So, Ernest, I hope I didn't upset you by playing along. Rodrigo says, hola back. Sweet. Otaku is asking if I plan to collaborate with Punished Props Cosplay. I have talked to them a number of times, and things haven't meshed up yet. The few times that either one of us has talked to the other one, because it's gone both ways, our schedules just didn't mesh. So it's not like we're trying to avoid each other. It's just we haven't connected at the right time. So I have no problems. Bill and Britt are some fantastic. I got to meet them at Dragon Con and hang out with them, and they were fun. And I hope I get to see them again at Silicon. But find out.
Eventually. Whoa.
Empire X is asking if there's any way to join Discord without Patreon, because they just spent all of their money on crafting supplies, and it was a large amount for them. Unfortunately, no. The whole idea is to have a like a club, like an exclusive type of a thing, and that was
Hang out, talk with
Hang
Odin,
out,
craft things.
and honestly, it wasn't trying to make it so expensive that it becomes a barrier to join. It tried to keep it really low. So, out of respect for everyone else who has done it, no, I'm sorry, there isn't. Dualicus, do I know RJR Productions? I want to say yes, but I can't.
100% off the top of your head.
Yeah. So one of the first things that come to mind is RWP Productions, but that's somebody else entirely who's local. They're up in Loomis.
There's like similar names.
Yeah. I'm seeing notifications popping up from. Okay.
Yeah.
So Jack of All Trades is posting again how to get access for Discord and early access for live streams, as well as every Friday we play games of Among Us. We've just started a round of doing prop-related Jeopardy on Saturdays, and we're going to be starting up a Minecraft server this month. All unique things to do, and then we're all there.
Yeah, it's a fun little community.
Yeah.
Just pop in, say hi.
Yeah, I was really happy to hear that both Kara and Kara, sorry, said that wrong. Both Kara and J period. It's their first morning go-to. I was like, oh, what's going on? I just woke up. I want to check on the Discord.
Say hi. How y'all crafting?
Maker JP says, how's it going, all? Hello, Maker JP.
Hello.
Hello. We're just doing our thing, wrapping up the stream here soon.
Yeah, we're getting a layer of gold on, and once we do that,
it's almost done.
yeah,
We
just
can probably
sticking on them.
the magnets. Yeah.
Yeah.
If we have to, we can finish it up pre-show next week. Don't get your hair in the gold. You're bending over.
I know. I was thinking about that. That's okay. I have paintbrushes. I will put it up here. You can get a layer on. I was getting the edges,
All right.
but right.
But hello, Maker JP. Always fun to see you pop up in the chat.
I always wanted gold highlights in my hair.
And he was doing for everyone else, Maker JP was doing a really cool ZBrush sculpt he was posting on Instagram. It was a kind of an astronaut theme, so it was really cool. I like what you're doing. And Maker JP doesn't just sculpt digitally, he does also sculpt with clay. He's got a really cool Walt Disney bust he's done.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm laughing because I can see from here Jack of all trades yelling, "For people who don't know, I run the Discord." That's a bit of an understatement, but I love it.
Who runs Bartertown? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. And
Yeah, this is one of those things where I have to let it dry because I'm not helping it.
right, I know you want to keep putting more on, but it has to dry enough. So you don't
More on.
Yes.
It is absolutely. The metallics are awesome when you can take the time to airbrush them because they go on so smooth and they get such a good finished result.
But in reality, this looks great.
Yeah, it does.
I don't hate it.
Nope.
I really don't. So we're using this, and it was just as rough going on. So here, let me trade sides.
That's
I'll
fine.
take my box.
I'm
over
just.
here.
Do I have any water? I got a little bit of water here.
Poquito, just a little.
So Joe popped in briefly. We'll be wrapping up here in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not quite 2 o'clock. We have a couple minutes.
It's time to start wrapping up, but
Yes.
we're painting.
I really just wanted to get this painted.
Mm-hmm.
We're so close to
Alright.
having it finished. It's looking great. It looks wonderful.
Good.
Getting there.
Getting there.
We're not going to get the black lines on this week, but
No.
how do you suggest we do that?
Sharpie. No.
Joe hates Sharpie. He will kill you. No.
Right. Well, because Sharpie always fades purple. Sharpie doesn't remain black, and then alcohol will make Sharpie run. So
we have these really good lines right where.
right where the really big lines.
Yeah, really
we
deep
just-
lines. What I think is if we just get some paint into their
Yeah.
black lines and just emphasize them and not necessarily do them as thick as the artwork, but
Right.
but work with what we got and make it look more metalwork.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I do want to get this done though because I don't want to do 3 weeks on one piece.
No. I get that. You
Yeah.
get started on the whichever piece we're starting at next
The belt.
week. The belt.
Belt is next week, and since we're doing the gold W, that means we have the pointy up belt, and it's gold.
And it's gold. And it has a star or does not?
No star.
No
it's
star.
just gold pointy belt. 1
Okay.
point, not 2.
Gotcha.
Because Wonder Woman has like the crown variations where there's 2 points top and bottom, just the top,
Right.
just the bottom.
Right,
Same with
right,
the belt.
right.
There's the top, the bottom, just the top, just the bottom. Silver, gold options. Wonder Woman has some accessory options.
Yeah.
But
As
since
she
we're
should.
going with this breastplate and these things, I feel like gold belt with the point.
Okay.
1 point at the top.
Cool. Yeah.
And I was thinking of lining it with bleach bottles instead of aluminum.
Okay. We can do that.
Bleach bottles
Can't
because
tell with
it's
this image.
technically dry cleanable and washable, and not that you'd wash your belt or anything, but it's something you can sew through, cut through, glue through, and
Yeah.
a good stable interfacing, I guess you could say. Let's see. Okay, got some more prop requests. So, Red Hood helmet's been requested. Master Blaster helmet from Mad Max.
Because I said something.
The Giga Horse. So,
The Giga Horse.
there's a few things.
Wow, Giga Horse. I'm not remembering right now.
Blanking?
Blanking on Giga Horse. Does Giga Horse sound familiar to you at all? Nope. Don't know Giga Horse.
Is that how much space is left
1.21
on my
giga-
hard drive?
About a Giga Horse? Yeah, about
1
that.
Giga Horse power, right? No.
1.21 Giga Horse?
Detlef P wants to let us know that he just got an email that Odin is live. So
Oh, good. Just got an email. Oh, I'm glad it's
right on time for
Right
us
on
to say our
time.
goodbyes. We're getting there.
So, a Giga Horse is a car.
It's a car.
It's a car.
Okay.
So I don't think we're going to be making a Giga Horse.
All right.
If we made a car, I'd do speed racers.
Oh, okay. Giga Horse is one of the new Mad Max cars.
Oh, there
Gotcha.
you go.
From the newest movie. It's one of the, yeah.
Oh, there we go. Kara Skywalker says, I think because Odin mentioned Mad Max, he should definitely make the Interceptor in a week.
In a week.
In a week.
At a Lego.
CGI. No.
Oh, it would take me longer to make it in a week if I did it on CGI.
Right? I feel like computer work sometimes takes twice as long as practical.
It all depends on your skill set. If you got
Right.
somebody who's familiar with working with that flow, that format, they can get it done in a hurry.
No, I'm not.
I'm
I'm
not.
more practical.
No, I would still be looking for where the tools are.
Yeah.
Where's the thing?
You want it to get sucked into a black hole? I can do it practically, but I don't know how I could do it digitally. Yeah, you helped me solve that problem.
Well, I think I did, yes. We just lowered her into a hole and had the fabric falling around her, right?
Yeah, we used
So it was a music video where the TV and then the singer had to kind of disappear into...
I think only the TV made it into the
okay.
video
Well,
itself.
That's good.
But we needed it to get sucked into a black hole, and we used a teeter-totter. What's it called?
We called it was a boom for video work. We had a
Yeah.
really oversized, over-designed for larger old-style cameras boom here in the studio. And that was able to set up and support the television with a counterbalance. So we got it to where the fabric was across the donut table, smooth with the TV, and then as you picked up the end that was had the weights on it, the TV would just go down. And so that happened, and then all the fabric kind of pulled in with it, so it's kind of got, and it worked.
Yep, a practical black hole swallowing a TV. You want me to do that? I did it. I didn't
Yep.
need your help, but we
Yeah,
figured
you
it
did
out.
it.
Eventually.
I wasn't there for shooting. I just talked about, try it like this, try it like that, try it like this, and I walked away, and you did it.
No, I know. It's just one of those things. I need to figure out how to make this happen. I need to do camera tests. I need to get this thing built. I need to do that. But we survived, so yay.
Somehow.
I love those weird problems, but I'm more of a practical person. You tell me to do it digitally, and I will just blank face,
Way
just
too
go.
thick.
I know you want to get it painted, but you have to let it dry before you add another layer.
I'm all just worried about the time as opposed to the...
You're not going to get it painted in time, Odin.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
So
Not to
might
Joe
as well-
standards.
Might as well just take it slow.
Yep.
We'll have plenty of time to let it dry between coats.
Is it going to help?
No, you're just thinning it out now.
Well, I'm trying to knock down some of the brush marks.
Oh, there you go. So I will camera 4 cut so they can see what you're doing.
Sure.
All the brush
Well,
marks.
I had some really bad brush marks that were just not going to go away. So I'm just got my brush wet without really a paint on it. And I'm trying to smooth out some of those brush marks because they're ugly.
I love how this is our flat W that has the right kind of curvage, and when we add the magnets to the bodice, I think it's a great piece. It looks like a piece of jewelry to me, and I am very happy with how it all glued together, because honestly, I was a little nervous thinking about it.
Right.
Right? I was like, don't worry, it's just live. It'll all fall apart live.
It'll all fall apart.
Give some
live.
drama to the project.
Yeah. Everyone will just point and laugh, like we tell everyone that people won't. No, it's all good. This is a 2 live stream project. The maximum amount of time we could have possibly put into this so far is 5 hours, but during that time we're both talking and interacting and have guests.
And paint needs time to dry.
Paint and glue needs time to dry, and dogs need time to get petted. And so all that kind of happened along with it. But
Next week we'll start the belt. at
next week
least.
we'll start the belt, and we'll try and get this done during the pre-show.
Yeah, get the last layer of paint on and maybe get the black lines drawn in.
Yeah, even if it starts up and it's the remaining gold is ready, so all we gotta do is black line. I don't think we'd be cheating them out of anything other than watching paint dry, and I got a whole video on that. So
Yeah. I'm okay with going through the torturous of watching paint dry because it's all live, but I'm also okay
Right.
adding a layer and it's just a slightly golder gold than it was when we left off.
well,
Thank you for noticing.
we could always just set it aside,
and get the belt going, and then maybe ask somebody if they wanted to airbrush them.
They can't see his face.
Am I just a paint monkey to you, Odin?
Welcome to Joe's Paint Monkey booth. I can just put a Paint Monkey sign on your door if you like.
Well, I might be able to fit it into my paint schedule, considering that's all I'm going to be doing for the next couple of days.
Right. So Joe's next couple of days is getting all the weathering and extra details done on the Gundam, because this Wednesday is all about updating the Gundam, improving almost nothing visually from the outside. Almost all of it has to do with comfort of the person wearing it and improving the mechanisms for better stability. So that's this Wednesday's video, because Gundam is going to be at Silicon Valley Comic Con.
Yeah, and those are the interesting things about costumes, because there's actually people in there. How are you practically going to bend your arm? Because you can't clip like in the cartoon.
Nope. Yeah.
You actually need to be,
Yeah.
be able to punch, walk, move, articulate your own joints, and then have it work practically with the foam.
the foam box that you're wearing. And then, literally, as you're talking about clipping with your arm, one of the things we had to do was shorten the forearms, because they were the right size until he moved.
Yeah.
And then as stuff moved here, the forearm pushed up and swallowed his hand. Not entirely, but enough that it was an issue. So we actually had to cut down the forearms.
Elbow joints, shoulder joints. How's it all going to practically move? And also, I noticed when putting that on, you have to lift your head and go like this over.
Yep, because it's got this high, decorative collar that's part of the armor. Yeah.
You don't know these things until you're in it, and you're going, what is this that I am?
Right, I got this weird chin. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I
Not
find
that
that
I've ever worn
fascinating. So,
It is.
yeah. Just issues I always deal with. Watching other people suffer is fun sometimes.
It is fun sometimes. Is there any really fun last minute comments?
Yes, actually, I saw somebody was asking. Janice Uzer wants to know what's the brand and color of the gold paint you are using, and I think that's a good question.
Go ahead.
So T2 and okay. So this
is Deco Art Metallics, and this pint-sized container I actually picked up at Home Depot. But Deco Art's the brand. I do use a lot of Plat Effects, but the acrylics, metallics for Deco Art, I've been really happy with how shiny they are.
Yeah, and so
here's one that's made by Plaid that's a bit harder to read, but this is the 24 karat gold leaf paint. And this is what Cara was using on their Sylvie cosplay. And it's got a really good shine as well.
it really does. I like the depth of this gold, because if you look at the bottoms, whoops. See how this one's a little bit of a brighter yellow gold, and this one has a little bit of a more of antique finish.
Yes.
I really, really love how this one goes on so opaque. So I think if we do a coat of this over the top of this, it would be just the creme de la creme.
Sweet. So that's the paint I'm using. And the silver version of this big paint is what I'm painting Mechagodzilla with.
Switch the camera.
Are we not
We're back on
programmed?
one.
Are we?
Program.
Yeah, program.
Sorry.
Thank you. Yeah.
Look at my hair. My hair's all messed up.
Well, there you go. Any other good things before we say goodbye? Someone's saying that's why you do trash runs.
Right. You do trash runs to get things picked up and whatever. I didn't hear the whole test runs, not trash runs. Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We did a couple of test runs with the Gundam at swap meets.
Yes, we have done test runs of the Gundam at swap meets. The Gundam has made 2 public appearances at swap meets while the things are still opening up from COVID. But Silicon Valley is going to be its first official big con with thousands of people instead of a couple hundred people.
It's weird.
It's
welcome
weird.
back.
Yeah, welcome back to an all-mask con still anyway. But it's great. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. At least there's some great masks you can wear.
Yeah.
Just saying.
All right.
Janice User says, thanks for answering my question. Somebody's asking for opinion on the Ezra Miller Flash costume, but I haven't seen it yet, so I don't have.
That's the new one, right?
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
It kind of looks good. It's weird that it's this armored type of thing, because I never pictured the Flash as being armored.
Because it's impractical for his abilities.
Feels like it's impractical for his abilities.
Yeah.
But, the old TV show version was flocked, so. All right.
Right? love it when they're trying to make these superhero outfits and you got to have all this plating metal and then when you actually like make it practical, you're like, I can't move in this at
Right.
all. What were they thinking?
Why does it look like I made this? Yeah.
Or, you know, like if this really was metal, this would be too heavy.
Right.
Like this isn't practical, but I don't know. I haven't seen that costume yet, but it's just interesting.
I am
Issues.
excited for the Flashpoint movie, though. That looks very promising. That sounds very promising. A better way to put it.
Right.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen their outfit yet, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
We'll see.
So
All right.
I think we're ready to call
We're
it
good.
a day.
All right. So it is almost 2:15 hour time, which means we are almost exactly at the 3-hour mark for streaming live, counting the Patreon pre-show. We've been working on getting the Wonder Woman W put together as a piece to be added to an existing top.
Yeah.
And I think we might be a tiny bit behind schedule, but we're doing pretty good.
Yeah. We're gonna add
Some badge magnets is how we plan on attaching it, so we're not committing the top to permanent Golden Eagle W.
Yeah, it's an accessory, so we can switch it up without
Right.
whatever Wonder Woman version style you want to do it. Dress,
Or-
pantsuit,
Yeah, or
outfit.
wear the red for something else. Like, somehow incorporate it into a Scarlet Witch variation.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
But accessories, we're working on it. And
But thank you to all of you who have stuck with us up to this point of the stream, and thank you for your ideas, for sharing your questions and comments, because honestly the live stream, a big plus for this is the interaction with all of you. Answering questions, brainstorming, spitballing, that's the fun part. I enjoy the crafting, and getting the crafting done is sort of the theme of the channel, but the point of the live streams is getting to talk to all of you. So thank you for calling in. Thank you for mentioning stuff, for making comments.
thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here, and we appreciate you. It's
Very
been fun crafting along with all of you guys. I hope you guys made something awesome too.
Definitely. So we will be back at this exact same time on this exact same channel next week. So it'll be noon my time is when we'll be going public, and everybody can tune in. But if you're a patron and you're on the Discord, you'll be able to see us 45 minutes early. And we're going to see you again next week. And some of you guys I'll see Friday during Among Us.
Yes.
Yes. More Patreon stuff. Anyway, I know there's going to be lots of different ways that you can do a live stream and figure out how to say goodbye. But this is how Odin says goodnight.
Bye, peoples. And there's my box.
And there's your box.
I love the